Hello.
Right now, okay, that's what he says.
Yeah.
Hello, everyone. It's Royals on the Rocks again. We're this is an extra special episode, as I'm sure you're aware, for absolutely no reason. What are we doing today?
Today we are playing Path of Exile.
Excellent, excellent. That's right.
We
Now,
we weren't going to, and then I just started playing it.
that's as good as yeah. I mean, if you're feeling it today, then I think that's an excellent reason to do it.
I can't stop. Send help.
Now, explain to the lovely people that the reason is that they've just released, what was it? The latest. You had a word for it.
The League, the Betrayal
The
League.
The Betrayal League. So, for people listening to this in the future, that would put us in December 18.
Yep. So this should run for 3 months ish. But
nice and technical.
Yeah, well, sometimes it runs for 4, but that's not usual.
Oh, okay. So they do it in quarters and thirds.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So the thing that's quite big about this league is that they removed all of the masters. And the masters
are. Oh, you were just about to say.
They're like they enabled you to do crafting before.
Okay. So making your own stuff out of components.
It was more slightly modifying things, unless you had a ridiculous amount of currency, and then you could kind of use these advanced techniques. It was rubbish. Nobody liked it.
Oh yeah, but this is the thing you were saying to me, for these type of items. Items in this game, because bearing in mind I haven't actually played it, just watched you play it. You have kind of slots that are different colors, right? And
Sockets,
you just want to find the right combinations.
Pretty much, yeah.
So crafting allows you to find something that's nearly perfect and make it perfect.
Yeah, kind of.
So why'd they get rid of it?
So they've replaced it with a much better crafting system. And there were a bunch of temporary leagues that ran and then didn't go core. They didn't introduce it to the main game.
Oh, okay.
All of the characters that kind of enabled you to use those league mechanics have now come back and replaced the old masters.
Oh wow! So they were setting themselves up for the big change.
Yeah. So this league is absolutely massive compared to a normal league. So before there was the Incursion League, the Beastry League, and the Delve League. So this league, they've introduced all of those mechanics back in at the same time, and they're running Betrayal on top.
That's like 40 leagues. This is crazy.
So I've got a high level character already.
Right. How'd you manage that?
Well, I just played all weekend, basically.
Getting good.
But that character is an Aurabot, so it doesn't do anything on its own, and unless I have a friend around to play with, it's absolutely rubbish.
Hintity hint. So what is it, like a paladin?
Not as such. No, it doesn't really. It gives you a little bit of life regen. It just makes you do a ton more damage. So, for instance,
so how is that not fine on its own?
Because it doesn't do any itself.
Okay.
So, for instance, I was playing with a friend of mine who was playing a mine build. So it uses mines to electrocute things to death.
Oh yes, I think you showed me that. Is that the witch does them, or is it anyone can do it?
Similar to how we were playing the witch, but instead of casting it as a spell, you can't use it as a mine.
Right, okay, so it's like an item you just deploy.
Yeah.
Can anyone do that?
Yeah, you can link.
Oh yeah, technically, you showed me the weapons wheel, or whatever you call it, the Mantis, or the Final Fantasy X
passive tree, yeah.
skill tree.
Yeah.
Let's with enough oomph go, you can pretty much get to any part, can't you?
Yeah. So on his own, he was doing 12. I think it was 12,000 damage per second.
Okay, but
when I
how
joined
much average health does a creature right now have?
It doesn't really tell you, but that was enough to one-shot normal enemies and probably 2 or 3 shot the yellow ones.
Right. Okay, so that still sounds quite.
It was a good build. It's
broken.
Very good. Yeah, it's very good. It's a very strong build. But when I was in a
Right.
group with him with all of my auras on him, I made him incredibly tough, really hard to kill, and I upped his damage to like 39,000.
Oh, okay. So basically, regular stuff. Don't even bother. We're looking for the bosses.
Yeah, he was one-shotting the bosses and the league mechanic enemies
That sounds crazy.
in the end game maps as well. Like not end game, but like tier 7, I
So
think we got to.
the way you talk about these builds, they all seem pretty established. Does a new type of build kind of surface every time a new league comes out? Do
Yeah, so
people
they
realize there's additional stuff they can do?
yeah they're always releasing new skills, new items, new. They
So
balance things. They change the passive trees.
so just you're just waiting for the right kind of people to sort of look at all the different
Yeah,
possibilities, the DPS, marry it up, and decide
yeah.
what's a
There's
new build.
there's people who go into crazy detail. They test all sorts of stuff, and there's an application you can use called Path of Building,
Oh
which
yeah.
has all of the formulas of the game and all the items and
Oh, I actually found a oh, which one was it? When I was trying to figure out for the first time on my first playthrough for Dark Souls
yeah,
what I was going to go down, and I did the thing you recommended because I think this is what your standard build used to be. Um, Sort of go for a lightning spear fairly early.
yeah. I
What
played.
felt late game for me, and then you realise how much there is to that game because that's at the point where you're going up the tower and stuff, and you've just met the Onion Knight. It's when I think you first get your spear, or you can at least at the first time get up to lightning.
Yeah,
And yeah, I found somebody had made an Excel spreadsheet, and just there was a bunch of cells where you put in your level, your core stats, the weapon you're going to use, and it gave you a comparison against all the others with pluses and minuses about how much more or less damage you do.
yeah.
I was like,
It's
oh, that's quite nice.
it's crazy, isn't it?
Bit
People
geeky,
go
but
to
yeah.
well, people go even further with this game. Like the number of things that you can do to itemize.
It's like, yeah, and I think there's like a really, for this kind of stuff as well, you can probably create a very complicated algorithm which also tells you how late in life you realize you've wasted it. No, I don't think I'm ever going to give up video games. It's such a big part of my worldhood.
I know it's just some people just don't get it, but that's
Yeah,
fine.
but
That's
uh, I've had that conversation with people in like the office before, and I'll say, "Oh, well, you know, this new game's come out, and I've been tracking it for like a year and a half, and I'm really excited, and you know, I just pre-ordered it and stuff." And they're like, "Oh, that sounds really lame. By the way, I'm getting really far in Candy Crush Saga." It's like, what are you saying to me?
I know people are weird.
People are strange. Yes,
This is
fact of life, unfortunately.
what on earth is this layout that I am trapped in? By the way,
I don't know. Have you tried the whole? Only like how you just letting that little shrimp guy bite your bum? You won't even bother him.
just yeah, I don't care. It's tiny.
Yeah, the bottom right's looking, or mid right is looking like an option. Couple of
Yeah,
doors you haven't tried there.
yeah, this is looking pretty good. Here we go. Right.
Is this what
Dun,
you
dun,
wanted?
dun, dun. Yeah, we're gonna turn the whole world dark. So we haven't even discussed what this build is yet either.
This build? What are you talking about?
The build that I'm making at the moment.
Oh, so you're develop. Oh, I see. I thought the build we were talking about before is what you've got here.
No,
This
no,
is something.
this is a new character because I can't play the other one if my friend isn't on
Right. Okay.
because I can't do anything without anyone.
Well, you seem to be one-shotting pretty much everything, so
So this
I
is
wait. I wait with bated breath.
this is a low level character.
Mm-hmm.
We are only in Act 2. I started this like an hour.
I probably asked this all last time. How many acts?
There are 10 acts, but the end game starts when you finish them.
Ooh.
So we're trying to. I should have more quicksilvers. Basically, we just want to get to the end of the game. That's what we're doing.
That's your goal.
That is my goal at the moment. Yeah.
Scroll of wisdom.
I don't need scrolls of wisdom. I've got hundreds. Whoa, what is with these layouts? What are going? Blah, blah, blah. So at the moment I'm wearing a. Now you'll probably correct my pronunciation on this.
It's pronunciation. Carry on. I'm joking. I'm completely joking.
This stupid monkeys, get out of the way. I do need a portal scroll.
Poor monkeys, leave them alone.
I'm trying to talk and play and explain a build. It's just not.
Oh, come on! You're one-shotting them. What's? Don't have to think.
So I've got a tabula rasa. Tabula rasa? Don't know.
I always said tabula rasa, but I have no idea if that's correct, and I doubt it is because.
Why would it be?
Yeah, I know what that is. I'm just wondering what it was originally from. So.
I'm pretty sure it's Latin.
Yeah, that sounds about right. It was very. It was very popularly coined by, I believe, John Locke. Somebody's probably going to correct me on that. He was a philosopher, and he was explaining how he thought the human mind processed information, and tabula rasa or whatever basically means blank slate. He said that everything comes in. Am I talking rubbish? I'm going to have to start Googling this in a bit. He thought that basically everybody starts with nothing. Information's fired at you, and then you just process it and deal with it. And then later on, other people came along and said, "That's ridiculous. You're an idiot." It must be more like your brain is maybe a bookshelf or a filing system. So still has nothing in it, but when you're born, information gets fired at you and you just store it in the appropriate places and start creating a compendium in your life of how things work.
Okay.
So this is all kind of like pre-psychiatry and stuff like that, you know?
Yeah, so that's kind of apt, really. A blank slate. So this item, I'll bring it up in a second, has absolutely no stats. It doesn't require anything to equip. It doesn't require any strength, intelligence, or dexterity. It provides no statistical bonuses whatsoever. It doesn't improve your damage. It doesn't improve your survivability. It literally just exists. But,
so everyone's thinking, why?
But it has 6 linked white sockets.
Which I take it, are they... They sound very variable. Can you put stuff in and take it out at will?
Yep. So the sockets are what you put your gems that give you skills in.
And anything can connect to anything with that color combination, I take it.
Well, because they're all white, you can put any gem. Yeah.
No limitations, right? So you've got ultimate flexibility.
It is a blank slate.
Yeah, and you can just rebuild at will.
So even though I'm a low-level character who has only managed to find 3 linked items at the most, I now have a 6-link chest, which is actually really rare if it's not this armor. It would be really expensive to buy an armor with 6 links that's not this armor.
Well, so I can see the white things, the divots, whatever they're not called. Yeah. Why does that only apply to one thing?
This is a unique item, the tabula rasa.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah.
Do they have base stats that get, or I think you might have just answered that.
So normal items would give you something, would give you energy shield or evasion or armor or something. This literally has nothing.
Okay.
And a normal item,
it's raw potential.
It is, yeah, because the best way to increase your damage is to link your skill to gems, to support gems.
Right.
So
okay.
I've got Molten Strike, and if you just use Molten Strike on its own, it's absolutely pants. So I've linked it to Ancestral Call, which means when I hit something, 2 shadowy versions of myself also spring out the ground and hit things with the same skill.
Okay.
For exactly the same damage.
Is it just happening super quick?
Yeah, they kind of... They're there, but they're really hard to see, and you'll be able to tell when it happens because when I hit something and there's no other enemies around, I'll only launch 5 magma balls. But if there are
Right.
2 enemies, you'll see 10. And if there
Oh,
are 3,
okay.
you'll see 15 because the ancestral call pops up and also
Ah,
hits and makes more magma bombs.
cool, cool. Okay. So that's 2 of the abilities. You
Yep.
got another 4 on the go?
So chance to bleed.
Mm, right,
Pretty.
so I take it that's the standard thing where you hit them, and if it triggers, then they continue taking damage.
Yeah, they take bleeding
Yeah.
damage. It also increases your.
Does it work against skeletons, though, like
It
King Leoric?
it does.
Oh, busted. Okay.
Um, life gain on hit.
Nice.
So any. Oh, I have to deal with the bandit lords.
So you're covering not only damage, but your ability to take damage.
Yeah, and the good thing about Molten Strike, the skill that I'm using, yeah, is
Mm-hmm.
I hit one thing. My 2 ancestral call buddies also hit things, so that's 3 hits. And then I launch up to 15 magma balls, which can all hit things, which means I can hit things up to 18 times with every swing of my sword.
In a crowd, and
In
what? And every hit heals.
every hit counts as a hit for healing.
Wee. Okay.
I know,
Great.
it's pretty good. So life gain on hit is there. Melee splash. So the actual hit
Melee splash. What's that?
that I do when I hit something with the sword. Oh my, what am I doing? Yeah, now has a small area of effect around it.
Okay. So
And the ancestral call kind of ghost buddies, they also have an area around them.
oh wow. Okay.
Yeah,
When we were playing, what was the other game? The card game, Artifact.
artifact, yeah.
And there's an ability where it's like, is it Siege or no? Siege is the other
Cleave.
one.
Cleave.
Cleave. It's like Cleave, but you've got a double cleave going on.
Yeah, absolutely.
Very nice. Okay.
So, yeah, cleave. Sorry, melee splash. And. Oh, here's Thane. Look, let's smack Thane in the face.
What's with the lanterns being dragged around? What's
So,
going on there?
this is part of the league mechanic. So, this is the transportation department.
How very Harry Potter. Okay.
So, they're transporting stuff around the world, and you happen upon them, and then you kill them. So, the whole idea is that these guys are the immortal syndicate, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you're trying to figure out how the hell they're immortal. Like, what's going on? I mean, you're technically immortal, but, well, let's not talk about that.
Shh.
Um,
Yeah.
See, this new master, Jun, has taken upon herself to basically dismantle the immortal syndicate. And she's doing it via this investigation,
Huh. Okay.
which you'll see in a second. It'll pop up. And there's all these different masters, and they all live in different branches of the organization. And you turn up in every area, basically, because it's the league mechanic. It's in every area, and you punch them in the face until they give up, and then you get a choice. You can always imprison them, which gives you intelligence on the area that they're currently working for, or they usually give you a bargain or an execute or a betray or something else. It's like a choice.
This
Yeah.
sounds like Life of the Sheriffs in sort of Wild West times.
Oh right. Yeah.
Can you
So
either hit them or get a bargain.
so here I've just Thane Jorgen, I suppose it is. The Banished is currently in the transportation department. I can imprison him for transportation intelligence, or I can make a bargain. So Jorgen and Vorchi will trust each other, which means they're more likely to turn up to help each other, which means I will then have 2 of these guys to kill, which means I'll get 2 bonuses, right? That's a good thing. and I only get a little bit of intelligence. So instead of getting 3 intelligence for 3 turns, so 9, I only get 4, but I get a trusted link between Jorgen and Vorchi, or Vorici.
Okay, yeah, savvy.
So I'm gonna do the
Is
bargain, and then he goes in his little portal, look, and that's it.
oh, adorable.
And then I get a new life flask.
Is intelligence the only thing they're gifting?
Um,
They're like strength, health.
that's not intelligence as in making me smarter. That's intelligence as in gathering intel on your target.
Okay. I was going to say this sounds very like it's more for the benefit of the witch character or something.
It's super confusing because some of the menus pop up and they're like, you don't have enough intelligence, and you check your character and you're like, I have 1,000. What are you talking about? Wait, no, other thing. Stop using the same word for 2 different mechanics.
Do they do that? Yeah.
Yeah.
Tut.
Intelligence is a stat that you have, so I have 68 intelligence. But if you check the chart, I have 4% transportation intelligence. I don't know. Anyway, I shouldn't be hitting these
Yeah, that's
things.
kind of weird. Kind of weird that they would they'd choose that, but there we are.
I don't know what else you'd call it, to be fair.
I'm sure we can come up with something.
Your gather information. It's not intelligence is more specific than information, isn't it?
Yeah, because it's yeah. I know what you mean.
Like no other word quite does the job that intelligence does. It's annoying that it's used for 2 different things.
I'm going to look up synonyms. Surveillance, observation, reconnaissance, espionage, infiltration, cyber espionage, human, recon. Those are the immediate ones.
But none of those do quite the right job, do they? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I'd be happy with recon.
Ooh.
I think.
This is hurting a lot. Ow. 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 Stop. Right, let's just hit things. And hope that the life gain on hit's enough to get through it. Oh, there's a damn totem over there. Right, hit the totem.
What is that thing doing?
The totem's healing him.
What a jerk.
I know. So this
Can you get to them or are you locked in?
No, I've got the totems. Oh, the things on the top that are shooting me are just like ballistas, and we're just ignoring those.
Oh, right, okay.
We're out healing them now. So we're just killing this guy, and then we're gonna clean up some mobs. Oh, why are the mobs doing so much damage? I definitely need more life, more defense. So here you go. Look, here's Jun. She's tied up Chimera, bound him because we've beaten him up. So Chimera, we can either imprison him or we can move him to intervention, and Ashling will move to fortification instead.
Yeah, Ashling, you don't see that very often.
Do I really want? I really don't want Chimera. I'm just going to interrogate him. He can get in there. Nice. I like the voice acting as well. You obviously can't hear that.
I can't hear anything.
What was it you just said? Oh, I imprisoned him, and he went, "Oh, crude choice. I approve." So
I'm into this.
He knows he's going to prison. He knows he's getting back out. He's immortal. Like eventually, he's just going to escape, right?
Yeah, you'll make it.
How do I get out of this damn place?
So is that all you have to do in here?
So no, that's just like that's the league mechanic, right? So I'm still trying to finish the story.
Oh yeah, I suppose.
So that just happens incidentally while I run around. And once you've got enough intelligence of the reconnaissance type, you you unlock the ability to raid their safe houses, and then you, depending on who is the leader of the branch and the branch that they're in, when you raid the safe house, they give you different bonuses. So there's four branches, and there's 17 people that you can move around, and you can level them up and make them trust each other, so there's more of them in the safe house. So you can make this as easy or as difficult as you want. Like, you could rank all of them up to level 3 and try and stack as many of them as you can in the safe house, and then when you go to the safe house, they'll all be there ready to fight you with all their gear and all of their abilities all working together, and you'll have a massive epic fight and you'll get loads of rewards.
Oh, interesting.
Or you
Yeah.
could just, think, I'm not in for that. I just, I want to get a good chunk of loot. I want this specific thing, so I'm going to make sure this guy is in the safe house and no one else is, and I'm going to go murder him. And I'm going to get the thing that I want, and then that's it, and then I'll leave. I've run out of mana.
Is that an issue? Does that affect your abilities? I take it.
Yeah, I can't do the Molten Strike without mana. I can only hit things with the sword, and hitting things with the sword is just base damage. Doesn't.
So you're very weak with that mana, is what you're saying?
Yeah, pretty much.
So what is this guy? Is he like a main boss for this area?
So this is the end of Act 2 boss.
Oh, okay. So he should be moderately difficult.
Yeah. We're just gonna eventually chomp through his health. Hopefully I'll kill enough soldiers to actually get some charges for my mana potion in a minute. Apparently not. I'll wail on him some more.
It's okay, you pretty much got him, I think.
I have. It's just so slow without a mana potion. There's an enemy there. Can I please give me a charge? Hey, you gave me a charge, right?
So I'm gonna assume as well that through the main story,
Yep.
and the updates, the main story doesn't change.
No.
Okay.
The story is always just the story.
The least we can do in life.
Occasionally they release new acts.
Oh, okay. So that's more like a DLC thing.
Yeah. Where's my path of building gone? There it is.
What does the blue ring indicate?
So that is the radius of the gem that I have put into this socket. So this gem, if it's in my tree, so you have to unlock a jewel socket in the tree with a passive point, and you can put a jewel in it. So I've put this particular jewel in it. It says 13% increased fire damage. If you have 40 strength in the radius, then your Molten Strike fires additional projectiles. So when I slap something with my sword at the moment, it fires 5 balls instead of 3.
Beautiful.
And if you have 40 strength in the radius, Molten Strike has 25% increased area of effect, which means when I slap things and the balls fly out, the balls are bigger. More balls, bigger balls.
Bigger balls. This is all typical gamer chat.
Yep.
So that was an act finished. Do you have to go back to your town or anything, or are you just straight onto the new area?
I really should go back to town because... Oh, I really wanted those nodes.
I'm thinking from a Diablo 2 perspective, you'd usually, go back to the town, chat to the people, they'd be like,
yeah,
you've lifted a weight off our shoulders, and then they'll be like, the boat's now ready for you.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. So what does Groose give me? Groose doesn't give me anything. So Yina will give me nothing. Elemental damage with attacks is probably better than something I've got.
Crowded little shithole they live in, isn't it?
Yeah, they're not having a good time, these poor people. What else we got in here? Enduring Cry is probably good. Herald of Ash. I definitely want Herald of Ash. Herald of Ice. Probably want Herald of Ice.
Oh yeah, what was the money system again?
There is no money. Everything is an item.
So what you would you trade items for items of equivalent value?
Yeah, so for instance, if I want to buy Herald of Ice, I have to give an Orb of Alteration. And an Orb of Alteration is an actual item, and you can use an Orb of Alteration to reforge a magic item with new random properties.
Okay, so is it fairly random what you use, or is there? It's
Yeah,
orbs of alteration.
Yeah, for these ones it's all.
So that's the currency then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For this one it is. Later on there'll be more basically.
But over here, that's your bags of salt or your gold coins.
Pretty much, yeah. So at some point we're going to be wanting to trade in our little one-handed sword and our shield for a two-handed weapon.
Oh, okay.
That thing there is a divination card. Divination cards.
What, the Carrion Crow?
The Carrion Crow. They've got some nice little artwork and a little quote on them. And they've got a number. You see there that says 1 of 4.
Yeah.
If you get 4 of them, and you stack them all up so that says 4 of 4, you can turn them in, and then the text in the middle is what you will get. So in this case, it will give you some armor with a life modifier.
Oh, okay.
I didn't equip my Herald, which I should have done.
And in your experience, what's the likelihood of actually finding them all?
Early on, slim to none.
Yeah.
But later on, you'll be able to kill so many enemies so quickly. What's that? Intelligence. And what's that? Herald of Ash. Let's put Herald of Ash in there. Put that helmet on. What's that one? Hey, Clarissa. Right, let's go find Tolman in the crematorium. Oh, there's a syndicate mission. Should I go do a syndicate mission? I should. It's the league mechanic. I mean, I feel like I should do it. Oh, it's Thane again. Hey, Thane. Right. Oh, that's much nicer. It's nice and chunky.
Man, he's got a mean spinning kick.
I know. I want that skill.
Use it every day.
Right, so Jorgen is dead again. So Riker moves to transportation. Jorgen and Riker become trusted. Or I could just imprison him. Let's stack 3 people in transportation. Let's get transportation sorted. Right. There's an orb of fusing over there. Let's grab this. I really need to put my leap slam back on as well.
Your what?
Leap slam.
Leap slam.
Yeah.
Jump and jab.
Yeah, but it's a rubbish attack. Nobody ever uses it because it does terrible, terrible damage. But it lets you jump up and down ledges.
Yeah.
So instead of running around and going to the stairs, you just jump up.
Yeah, again, I can see so many parallels to Diablo 2. That was a huge trick with the barbarian, was he had leap attack. And there's tons of times where you'll just have a river in front of you or something will be blocking you. So you go, as long as there's an enemy there, sod it, I can just jump there.
Yeah.
Because the jumping distance was pretty much infinite. It was what you could see on the screen.
Yeah, as long as you can see them. Leap slam doesn't work like that. It's not infinite range. It's fairly short range. Some people do use it as a movement skill. If they've got ridiculous attack speed, it can be quicker than walking.
Oh, okay.
But I don't have a ridiculous attack speed yet. Oh, there's a lightning warp there. We could always use that for now, just to get up and down ledges. It's really slow though. And I don't know. Oh, I do have a blue socket. So let's put that on. Let's put that on Q. Which way? My mana regen is rubbish. So I don't care about these enemies. I'm level 23 and this area is level 24. So here we can just go up.
Oh, yeah. You mentioned this before, so provided that you have a good build like you do, you in theory should be skipping weaker stuff so that you can work on harder stuff and level up quicker. Is that right?
Pretty much, yeah. There's also the maths behind the way that the mobs give experience is also really weird. So to level up, it's based on a certain number of enemies, right? At the level you are. But the amount of actual XP, drop an additional rare item, alright. Ooh, that looked good.
Blessings.
Unveil. Where is it? What was it? What was that? Sure, why not?
Oh, you're taking damage.
Crown of Thorns. Weird. Anyway, what was I saying? So, yeah. So, for instance, right now, I need...
Oh, yeah, the algorithms.
Right now, I need like 1 million experience.
Yeah.
Right? But that number's not going to change based on what level I am, if you know what I mean. So I need 1 million experience to get to 25.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, when I get to 25, I'll probably need 2 million.
Right.
But the mobs will give twice as much. Right? So you don't need to kill more enemies if you're at the same level. But that means that if you're one level below, you need to kill half as many enemies because they're worth twice as much. See what I mean?
Yeah.
If I'm level 24 and I'm in a level 24 area, 100 enemies will be 1 million experience. Yeah.
Whereas if you're level 24 in a 25 area, 50 enemies will give you that million experience.
Yeah. So you want to be lower than the area you're in so that you always have that bonus.
Yeah, I suppose it's just that for most games, people don't... Maybe it's a newish... Not a newish thing, but... I don't know, I don't remember being a kid and playing XP games and having people be this into builds and stuff, you know?
Super rippy! Leave me alone a minute. I need mana. Oh my god. Oh, don't slam me. Oh,
Why was the slam do?
Oh, it does so much damage.
Haku.
He was one of the people that was an old master. I don't know. Do you remember the one that you would run through a maze and get a spirit? We did him in the last game in a chat where we played Path of Exile.
No, I don't remember.
You would walk up to him and he'd go, "Oh, tell him Moana, warrior." And then he'd send you into like some damp cave to rescue a spirit from some totem.
An honorable death.
Ah, there you go. So this time, I clicked on Haku and he went, "I will choose an honorable death." And I've got the option to execute him. At which point he will move to intervention and gain a level.
I'd have made a little more show of it.
They're called the Immortal Syndicate for a reason. Executing them
I
makes
can
them more
appreciate a
powerful.
Killer when I see one. You're a killer. But I think you'll get more out. The question now, Exile, is whether or not you're foolish enough to face him down. I think you just might be.
So how cool is that? Are you? Can you talk? Oh, my Discord's broken.
No, I'm here.
Oh, you are here. You get.
What? Well, I was listening. You were telling me stuff.
Okay, I could see your light flashing in the top corner. I put an overlay on. Where the hell do I go? I put an overlay on so that I could tell when people were talking to me and I couldn't hear them because that's what my Discord does on a regular basis.
Oh, right.
So
Okay.
your light was flashing and I couldn't hear anything, so I just assumed that my Discord was broken.
You just thought I was mumbling away.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah.
So you first bump into Jun, whatever her name is, in the very second area of the game, and you murder someone. And she goes, "Oh my god, I killed you with my very own sword. How are you back?" And he just laughs in her face, and that's how the league mechanic starts. And you just run around.
Wow.
You just run around killing them over and over again, trying to figure out how the hell they keep coming back.
I'm sure we'll find out. Or you will, anyway.
Yeah, maybe. What is that?
This place is a bit fire happy, isn't it?
Yeah, it's called the crematorium. Where else would you get a whole bunch of fire enemies, eh?
I don't know. And the lava pits? Something like that.
So those guys that attacked us there were from the intervention branch of the syndicate. So they don't have like a fortification or a convoy or anything like that. They don't live in a fortress. They just wait until you're fighting a strong enemy, and then they jump out of a portal and try and stab you. And you have a giant fight with them and a big enemy. And they usually bring their friends, and they get a big buff. So that they're even stronger than normal. It's really good.
Nice.
It's just what you want, right? So we got what we came for. We got Tolman's bracelet. You give it to Clarissa, and she goes, "Oh my god, my poor Tolman." And then she gives you the key to the sewer. And
then you're off to the sewers.
Yeah, put that in there. Do I care about any of this? I care about that. Better health potion. Get in. That's probably why everything feels super rippy. My health potions are like an entire level, 2 levels behind where they should be. Let's take that off. Right, let's sell 3.
And your mana's not looking great either.
Let's sell 3 flasks for a new flask, 1 size bigger.
So what do? Do you get like? Is a large flask worth like 3 swigs or something? Or is it just the one?
The giant life flask recovers 830 over 8 seconds, but it consumes 10 of 30 charges. Yeah. The one before it gives you 640 life over 6 seconds. So slightly more life per second. But less overall. And it uses 10 of 25 charges. So you get less swigs.
Yeah, okay.
Right, so we want anger. And we really, really need a good 2-handed weapon, and I haven't seen one drop, and it's been super annoying. And you can't drink Quicksilver flasks in town. I really should get another Quicksilver flask. And better move speed boots. So going back to this area, we've already run through this area once. This is how we got to the crematorium. I'm going to pick that up this time. Thank you.
Did the creatures respawn, or are they just...
No, because we weren't gone long enough for the area to despawn. So it's still it's still technically the same area. It's exactly...
So those were all the things you ignored the first time round?
Pretty much. Right, so this area is a level 26 area, and I'm now level 24. And you can see that when I hit an enemy now, it feels like nearly a whole section
There's
of the
a new
bar.
plateau. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
So we're not going to worry about killing too many things. Okay. Oh, we're going to have to kill this thing. Super annoying monster. Other enemies cannot die, really. Just
The filth whip. That's what I call my genitals.
As soon as you said filth whip, I knew what was coming.
You knew what was coming, yeah.
I did.
Done each other quite a while now. Get them waypoints in.
Yeah, well, we'll be coming back here once we have the thaumatic sulfite.
Thaumatic. I wonder what that means.
Oh, there's a ghost in an essence.
That sounds bad.
Yeah, it's pretty bad, but it's not too. Oh, it's not that bad. This build's pretty strong at this level. I want Cyclone. That's what I'm going for.
That special you just fought was called Horror Grip, which incidentally is what I use on my filth whip.
And this one's called Dead Whale the Cripple.
That's what I call it afterwards. Oh my goodness. These are horrible. Some really brutal names. Are these pretty much made up?
Yeah, they're all randomly generated from a list of things it can be. There's actually a recipe. If you sell 2 randomly generated items with the same name, then you get an orb of chance or something, I think it is. I can't remember. You get something.
Okay.
There is a reason to do it. It's not a particularly good reason.
But it's a reason nonetheless.
But a reason nonetheless, yeah. Like, you wouldn't use a mirror to create something with the same name, because mirrors are super, super rare, and obviously you would mirror the very best gear in the game. Krell, would you just die? I'd like to point out I'm doing this with a terrible weapon. Drop an additional rare item with a veiled mod. Yes, please.
Even steel may melt.
Exile.
Right, let's unveil my... Oh, I didn't pick up my belt last time. That is a terrible, terrible ring. But unveiling a mod on an item helps you unlock the crafting of that mod, if that makes sense. 19% increased effect of non-damaging elements. So this is a mod that I've never seen before. Well, I've never unlocked before. So it's got no number on this left side, and it's got a 1, and the bar's fully white. Which means if I pick this, I can now craft this on boots or rings.
And it's completely new.
Yeah,
To you.
I've never seen that before. Yeah.
Is that a league mechanic or
That's the new crafting mechanic that was introduced with Betrayal. So I think it will go. Ooh, a new hideout. I think it will go core. I hope it goes core. I really like it. It's so much fun. So I found a new hideout in the world, which is cool. So a hideout is exactly what it sounds like. You can put stuff in it. Everyone has a
it
hideout.
stays there?
Yeah. See, you can invite all your masters back to it. You put decorations in it. If you want to trade with another player, you typically
Meet them there. Send an invite.
Yeah.
This is very what's it called? Ready Player One.
I haven't seen that yet.
Oh, I haven't seen the film either. I read the book recently.
Oh yeah, I always forget that it's a book. Is the book?
Now, not to be a downer, but you are cutting out like a mother.
Am I?
Yeah. How's it on my side?
You're absolutely fine.
Oh dear, oh dear.
Oh.
Can we switch? Sorry, people.
Yeah.
Can we switch mid-recording to a different room?
Yeah, of course we can. That's easy. Let's go.
Okay.
Wow, already.
Hello, everyone.
Hello. Well, you took your time.
The full 2 seconds. That's much clearer. Yeah,
Excellent.
you had the odd word skipping out like 10, 15 minutes ago, but it wasn't really a bother at all. I knew exactly what you're talking about, and then it just got to be every other word. I thought I better chime in.
Yeah, I had problems with this room earlier, but
We did actually. Do you remember? There's one of these other lovely little Royals videos.
yeah,
I seem to remember we
we created the last one to get rid of this one.
to, to escape the auto tune.
Yeah.
Well, there we are, people. We're back and rumbling on. So this place is cool,
I'm very excited
as you should be. What are you excited about?
about that new weapon.
Oh, okay. You can't use it straight away.
I can't use it until level 27.
20. I thought you said 22nd.
I nearly did. I don't know why. I had a little a moment there where I read that enemy's name as Poison Mauler, and I just lost the ability to talk while my brain processed it.
That place was pretty cool. I liked all the statues.
So again, we're just doing some traveling. Because this is a 26 area and I'm 25, so I'm not low enough
So
level.
you're kind of happy to leave it.
Yeah. I'm looking for the door. So
does the experience of enemies exactly double?
it's not exactly, you need slightly more enemies per level as you level up.
Right, okay.
But it's close enough.
It's close enough that it still makes sense.
Yeah.
That it's a sound principle to live your life by.
Yeah. So we're going to kill Dread Knife.
The long.
And then what we got over here? We got Karel Goya is leading one of these silly lantern convoys. Why can I not kill Karel? Ow. Where's Karel? Come here. So there is one particular item as well in this game that if the Syndicate get it, I can't kill them.
Can't kill him right now.
I'm getting there. So there's, I can't remember the name of it. It's like Boo's Revenge or something.
Boo's Revenge.
And basically, as long as there's a corpse anywhere near... Oh, that hurt. If there's a corpse, then this hand comes up, grabs the corpse, and then he regenerates a bunch of health, or she, depending on who's got it. Anyone can have any item in the Syndicate. So they regenerate a whole bunch of health, but it goes off every second. And it heals them for a quarter of their health. So you have to be able to kill them in a second. And it's just...
Syndicate is built on trust and
right. So there's
it sounds like something the developers would have put in to just basically make it impospble to kill them. But
why would they do it? It's really
annoying. Why would they do it a quarter of a health every single second, you know?
It's loads. It's really difficult. I had one guy, and eventually I got sick of him, and I leveled up loads and loads and loads on my other character, and I went back to a low-level area. I had to go back to a really low-level area so that I could literally one-shot him and kill him over and over and over again until eventually I got the option to remove his items, and then I could go back to playing the game normally. So there's already 3 people in transportation. If I move somebody else here, what actually happens?
Did you do it?
I did. They all just go into transportation. I'm just stacking more and more people in transportation. Those boots have life on them, but they don't have movement speed, so I don't care. What am I in this area for? Right, I need to go to the docks. I need the ribbon spool. And I need the waypoint. And I really need a second Quicksilver flask. Right, so there's my waypoint. There's my ribbon spool. Get out of the way. What level am I? 26. One more level.
Have you got an XP bar actually on the view, is it?
Yeah, it's the yellow thing right at the bottom.
Oh, so you're nowhere near level
I've
26.
literally just leveled up, yeah.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So we're just going to kill this ghost if it doesn't run away. Which will give me a bit. I'm happy with that. Those might be good.
20 notches on your experience bar. I wonder why.
Each one's 5%.
Why not 10%?
Then they'd be really big notches.
Yeah. What's wrong with that? Would you like a belt with like 50 notches on it rather than like 8?
Well, it depends. How often does my weight change? Right, that's Fairgraves. I don't care about Fairgraves. That's a fair comment, isn't it?
That's a very, very fair point. These guys are going nuts. What are they?
I don't know. They breathe like
Ice
blue.
dogs.
It's like blue flame or something, isn't it?
Yeah.
Can I get over there? Oh yeah. No more running. We don't like running. What am I stuck on? Jun, get out of the way. Oh, look, a mini fortress. Oh, so cute.
Mini fort. I haven't seen it yet. Oh, mini fort.
Gonna knock down the wall. Ow. Guys. Just let me knock down your wall.
Yeah, they're getting all up in your grill. Need some more mana in a bit.
Yeah, mana regen is a problem. Oh, there's the damn heal. I can't get into the fort because he's blocking the door, and I can't kill the healing totem.
Can you... Oh, there you are. You're in. Okay.
I've done it. Right. Stab, 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 stab. Right, come outside because I need some skeletons. Right, come here. Right, that gave me enough mana. Right, now I can go back to slapping you. Oh no, I think one of them's got the healing item. They must have fixed it though. They've fixed it so it's not completely broken.
But it's difficult.
But it's so annoying, yeah.
And keep an eye on their health. Who's got it?
I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this. I might be able to kill Guff. Oh, shall I just go level up and then come back with my new weapon? Ow! Ow!
You can do. What's... Guff is doing like a weird... It's like a charge thing keeps happening. What are you doing? Just trying to find shrimps so that you can heal up. Oh, you can die! So his healing item doesn't affect the other one.
No. Which is why I can kill Guff.
Thank goodness.
So I think I might just kill Guff and then execute him and then run away. If I can do that. I don't even know if I can do that. Do I have to kill them both? Oh, this is so slow. Right. Guff is dead. Oh, and I can't do anything until I kill the other. I'm going to have to level up. If I can. If there's even enough enemies in this area.
Well, I mean, you could probably lead this guy away and come back, can't you?
Oh, God.
What?
He followed me.
Oh, well, you know, it's his job.
Well, no, he's supposed to be guarding a fort. Guff. It's not Guff, it's Hillock.
Hillock the...
Yeah,
Hill.
that's the one. Right.
Disturbingly good.
Right. Oh, stop following me.
He's pretty quick as well.
At least there's no enemies spawning around here. So in theory, eventually there'll be no corpses for him to eat, right?
Yeah,
I just want to level up. Or actually, you know what? I just want to get the item and get out of here. I can deal with Hillock and his item later.
Will he stay here for you?
No. Well, if I go to another area and a fort spawns, Hillock will spawn with it at the new level. Oh my god.
He's so quick.
Ow. I'm not going to have enough XP in this area. Look how quick he heals.
Yeah, but only with the item, right?
Yeah.
Far too much baggage.
Oh god.
Don't know why I said that. I meant only with corpses.
I knew what you meant.
You need to get them away from corpses.
Yeah, but to be honest, I'm out. I'm done. I'll deal with him later. Right, so...
So will that trick work again, going to a really low level area?
No, because I'm still really low level, so... Why am I still wearing hair? I'm sorry.
He's got you over a barrel.
He pretty much does. There's already that much I can do about it. So let's put that in there. Where's my essence tab? Put that in there. Currency tab. Are these rings any good? Sure, why not? More mana regen! Yeah. And life. So that means I can't use that. That's annoying. What's on that? 22 dex and 22 int.
Oh no, it stops you from using your shield and sword.
Yeah. Which I won't care about in one level anyway, so I could just keep the ring for now.
So yeah, just hold on to it. It only takes up one slot, right?
Yeah. So he's going to give me a skill point. I've got 4 skill points to spend. So we're going to get this, 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 and this. I think. So that is 20% extra life and 1.6% of my life regenerated per second.
Oh. And this just in, my mobile screen flashed up. Theresa May has survived the vote of no confidence.
Good.
Good.
Can we get on with the rest of,
Brexit?
I mean, the
Well-
country's already fucked, right? But she's done the best she can, right? If you
Let's just roll on with it.
if you kick her out and then try and get a better deal, you're just gonna make it worse. Pack it in. Yeah, I don't.
What a day!
I don't care what anybody says. They're not gonna get a better deal in time for it not to be an issue.
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, I don't even know how much more time could they buy? Was there what were they saying? It could be deferred until.
Well, basically, they could just go, "We don't want to do it anymore."
Bring me back something nicer.
No, that's true. This is if they have another referendum, right?
No.
The revote,
Mm-mm.
or is this it? Is this just it getting rejected?
Members of Parliament can just decide that they don't want to complete Brexit, and the EU.
Oh, fair enough.
And the EU have ruled, yeah, it's absolutely fine. If you want to stay in the EU, you can stay in the EU. So I think a lot of this was a bunch of people going, hang on, the EU have said we can stay, right? Let's no confidence vote, and then let's get someone in who will keep us in.
Oh, now that's kind of strange, just from a general democracy point of view, because the majority of the people said one thing. So
They did, but
although I think they've changed their mind now, if they were to do it again, right?
yeah, pretty much, I think so. But the thing,
Current stats is like
the thing,
50,
yeah,
54, 53 would say stay.
yeah.
It seems
Um,
even time loses its will in
The thing
Wraeclast.
with referendums is they're not legally binding. You've already voted for your MP,
Who's supposed to make the big
who's
tough decisions
who's
for you
supposed
in
to
your
make,
best
yeah.
interests?
So they do a referendum, and you know, at the end of the day, if the referendum result turns out to be something that's going to make the country a lot worse,
People should be paid in ice cream.
yeah, exactly. Then you can get
And they
rejected.
go, well, sorry, but it's just stupid.
Yeah,
We're not going to do that. Fine if you don't vote for me again next season, but
yeah.
we're not we're not rolling that out.
So, right, that is my level up. So this weapon here, this utterly useless, terrible weapon, which I'm busy. Hold on.
Which you're very excited by.
I am. Oh, I can't do that because I'm still wearing a shield. Put the shield there. Put that there. Now I have a two-handed mace.
Okay. How much more damage are we talking?
Right. Hang on. So I used to do 154 DPS.
Okay.
I now do 512.
Whoo, what a step up.
Right. Where is that guy with his healing aura? I'm knocking on your door, mate.
Guy with healing aura. Oh, you're right, you found him again.
Yep. Heal through this, you git. Yeah, I didn't think so. Get on the ground, Hillock. Right.
Oh wow, that's made a huge difference.
Right, so let's execute Guff
Was that
to
the
rank him
same
up.
guy?
That was the same guy. Hillock's in there.
Ooh.
So good, Exile.
Hillock moves to transportation. Nah. Get in prison.
This one can tell us something.
Ooh, a new belt.
Exile.
Unveil. So, a veiled mod on an item is basically something that can be turned into a crafting mod. So this belt here, it's got 3 normal mods and an implicit mod. So it increases global physical damage as it's implicit, and then it's rolled strength, life, and stun duration. And it's got a veiled mod, so we're going to unveil it, and we're going to get... Oh my god, I'm dying. I had spicy food. And we're going to get...
I'm
and
dying.
we're going to get... None of these are good. We're going to get reduced... No, we're not going to get reduced flask charges gained. That's awful. Why would you want reduced flask charges gained? You would want increased flask charges gained, right? You want to be able to drink your flask more often. Let's get 95 armor and 14 energy shield. And then this belt is better than our last one.
Keep your eyes
Oh.
on.
But you get a 10% increase to something else.
Flask effect.
Okay. So they get less charges, but they get 10% stronger.
Yeah.
Eh.
That's a rubbish modifier, isn't it? Rubbish.
Overall sounds like a step down.
I suppose if you're if you were building something that used a lot of flask effects, or you could gain lots of charges, like there's a whole ascendancy that just gains loads and loads of charges.
More meddling in my marvelous machinations.
It's with the floor.
We're in a temple.
I don't know, it looks like wibbly sand or something.
I think it's supposed to be water over
That's fair.
tiles. Right. Riker is dead. Riker. Riker and Guff become trusted, gain intelligence. Sure, why not?
Just a glimpse, Exile.
Stop shooting me with arrows.
Oh.
There is no need, is there? So, if you play the story mode with the quests the way that the game tells you to play them, you come to this place, and you find Dalia, I think her name is. And she says, you need the ribbon spool. And then you have to go outside and get the ribbon spool. And then you come back and she says, I need the thaumatic sulfite. I already got those. You just
Well done.
and then you just you pick this. And then you just
Goodbye.
pick this.
You may go.
And she calls you not a cockroach. Then you go back to the sewer.
See, that's one of those things. If you just said to somebody, do you know what? You're not an idiot. Now, objectively, what you're telling them is what they're not, but it's still offensive. And it's kind of like if a stranger sat next to you on a bus and said, I'm not going to hurt you. It worries you up, but it's the one thing they've said they're not going to do.
Yeah. So the first time you meet her, if you listen to all of her dialogue, basically she's in this temple full of deranged creatures and just sits there and whiles her time away. And you walk up to her and she goes, "Oh, you're different. You're not a cockroach." "How are you? Not a cockroach."
How's it going? Not
I've got it.
roach.
"I've got a job for you. Not a cockroach."
Can we call it not roach? I think that's appropriate.
Yeah, why not?
Roach.
Nah, it's too far. You've got to keep the knot.
You said not. You said why not? Roach.
Don't start with me.
What's with the sort of Damocles or whatever above you?
I picked up a shrine. So
Yes.
So the shrine was there, casting a kind of ice aura. Which,
Right.
Which
okay,
hurt.
so you're gonna get to keep that for like a minute or something.
I have 8 seconds left. And it also leaves if you switch area. That's fine. I don't mind. It wasn't doing that much.
Well, you had 1 second left. In
Yeah.
fact, actually, I think it ran out as you left.
So these essences that I keep finding, these are good. These let you turn a normal item into a rare item with a guaranteed modifier.
Is it a guaranteed good one?
It will roll in a range based on the tier of the essence. And the essences get louder as they go up in tier. So this is a tier 1 essence. This is essence. This is a whispering essence.
Yeah. Okay.
So they go up like whispering. There's mumbling,
Babbling.
Yeah, and then it goes up to like wailing, screeching, deafening. I think deafening might be the highest. A deafening essence of, and then whatever the type it is.
Well, that sounds correct, because if something is truly deafening, technically it's the last thing you hear.
Yep. You gotta love a little bit of video game logic, haven't you?
Oh yeah, beautiful stuff. So what are you in, a church?
This is the Temple of Lunaris. So basically the temple to the moon. What was that? Oh, hello, Cole.
Temple's a kind of church, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh, look at this guy.
Do you mind?
He doesn't look like the kind of guy that goes to church.
Ship was a debacle. I dare not duplicate.
Right. Let's keep smacking this guy.
So,
Where's he gone? You're supposed to follow the cart so I know where you are. No, now you follow the cart. Just teleport to it. Great. No? Where is he? You're not making this easy, are you?
you can see him on the map, can't you?
Yeah, I know, but I'm trying not to die in the fire.
In this vast
Just gonna throw this in. His symbol looks like the pick of destiny.
only guides me that which I
The
wish
pick of
you
destiny.
to know.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I'll go with it. So we're just going to interrogate him for research purposes.
Okay. Now, when that little convoy of lanterns drags on by,
Yeah.
and the appropriate person is with it, will they leave you alone if you don't attack it?
They're supposed to, I think. If you really don't care, you can just leave the area. There's also a timer on it. There's like a weird doorway, not in a wall, that's just kind of
There, and if they get
Yeah.
to it, then you're
It's
out of
got-
luck.
it's got like a green portal, and they go in it and disappear.
Okay.
I know of only one woman capable of such.
So this area is
So it's
pretty
usually
cool.
just terrible timing for them that you happen to be in the area.
Yeah. Can I get over there? No, there's a wall stopping me. That's annoying. So we've gone down some stairs, and now we're in a temple full of impaled bodies, and they're
Seeing
kind
a lot of blood, yeah.
yeah, that's like an ocean of blood, and there's actually still people writhing in pain.
I like that.
And I'll try and get a close up of some of these. Not these guys. These are just like blood elementals. These guys. Don't know if you saw that.
What, the ones that look humanoid, but they're just kind of
They've got their arms tied behind their back and then tentacles stitched onto them.
nice.
And they're not wearing any clothes.
Harsh times.
And they are of the female persuasion, we could say.
I would say from the breasticles, yes.
Right. We got quite lucky with the layout of this area. I end up lost in this area most of the time.
You end up what?
Lost in this area. It's like concentric rings with one door up on one edge. So you end up running all the way round to find the stairs up, and then you end up running all the way round again. And I just got even luckier with the stairs. Haven't I already killed someone in this area? It's alright, I will kill you as well, Jorgen.
Yeah, you did. Is there a limitation? Is it usually one?
There's not a limit, but it seems to be normally one. I've only ever had two. The most. Wraeclast is here. Wraeclast was an old master as well, and he used to have the most annoying missions. He'd be like, oh, kill this guy, but make sure or one of his guards stays alive. And you're like, but my build is drop a giant meteor on the whole screen, right? How am I supposed to do that?
Out of his homeland after the mysterious death of his brother.
Right.
Implication is clear.
So, 12 intelligence, Wraeclast and Jorgen become rivals. Do I want to do that? I don't know if I want to do that.
That's him. That's the bastard assassin that killed my brother. The Brotherhood of Silence.
Or I can have Jorgen give me 20 intervention.
My retribution will be swift. If you kill me, another will take my place, and you will have made a
Chimera
target
moves
of
to
yourself.
intervention.
A
Wraeclast and
sensible
Chimera
action will
become
be to
trusted.
sow the seeds of loyalty.
Sure, why not?
I knew you were sharp. Consider it done.
Right, so I've got a whole bunch of boots now, right? Boots.
Yes.
Boots.
Maybe decided which ones you want. They look
Well-
like Power Ranger boots.
None of them have move speed, so I don't care. Literally the only thing I care about on my boots is move speed. If they don't make me run quicker, then they're not going on.
Boots of speed, eh? How very Legends of Zelda of you.
Yeah. Gotta get the old boots of speed on the go. Ooh, these maze-like layouts. Just let me go exactly where I need to go. That's a dead end. Get out way. Can you imagine actually living in this world? Just every now and then this
some chap just comes in with a maul and is
And
at
if-
least 80 times better than any one of you.
you've just been chilling out, tortured in this prison for a bit, not quite
Yeah.
sure what's going on. And Some random skinny blonde chick with like a bucket on her head and a giant mace comes up and the whole world explodes.
But like, what kind of friendships, economies are going on in this place? I mean, you know, because they all have to live together, don't they?
Well, I think the whole point is that there's this kind of like weird backstory that everything is being corrupted, and nobody really knows anything about the corruption that's corrupting everything. So there's perfectly
So these might have been normal people a week ago.
yeah. So there's normal people hanging out with monsters because they're all corrupted, so they don't want to fight each other. And then you turn up and you're not corrupted, but kind of corrupted because you're using the same gems as I don't really know, but you're different because you are. So you turn up and everybody hates you, so you smack them with a mace.
Well, again, I guess it's very Dark Soulsy, isn't it?
Yeah. I do like the Dark Souls lore though.
Hmm. Yeah, never followed it in depth, but it seems pretty kick-ass.
It's always kind of implied that you are, you're the undead, the chosen undead in the first Dark Souls. All of the other undead that you fight in the castle and stuff made the same journey as you.
Oh, just failed.
They just failed, and every time they died, they became more and more hollow.
You should die 1,000 times over for what you've done.
Yeah, that makes sense. Because
What did I get
in
wrong?
Dark Souls
Oh, I got the key.
1, there's like a guy you meet immediately, and he's pretty much just like, oh, here we go, here's another one. Good luck.
Go ring the bell. See you later.
Yeah.
Party's off to meet the maker.
And you're just there like, what bell? What? Where am I? Why am I here? Ring the bell. Bye.
Bye.
And then he laughs at you.
Jerk.
Everybody's favourite joke. And if you accidentally hit him, you may as well start the game again.
Oh, I've never attacked him. Is he that strong?
He's absolutely mental. I mean, I killed him after I was good at the game. And I went back.
Can you go back and fight him? Yeah. Because he's still just hanging out.
Only up to a certain point, because doesn't he disappear?
I can't remember.
Ooh,
I don't think I ever went back.
Chance to bleed. We don't need chance to bleed.
Claims the most worthy of
Do we need
praise.
chance to bleed?
Piety,
Life
the
gain.
mistress of corruption.
Melee
I'm not
splash.
saying the war is over, but you've given Wraeclast a much-needed respite. Because of
Oh
you,
wow. Okay.
this land lives to see another day. And don't forget that you've done Grigor and Clarissa a justice of some magnitude. They will wish to speak to you.
Right. So let's speak to Grigor and Clarissa.
Wherever he is.
Clarissa doesn't do anything. Grigor gives me a book.
Unfortunately.
Right, so we've got 4 skill points, so we want this. Yes!
Need some help?
I've got some Mana Leech. So Mana Leech gives you a percentage of your attack damage back as mana.
Nice. You getting a lot?
Why the hell am I
Who was
here?
that bozo? Was that just like another player?
Oh, yeah, in the town you can see other players. I went to completely the wrong place then. Yay, I can spin now. Oh, this makes me happy.
Does it use a lot of mana?
Not really.
But
Well,
you don't get your fireballs attack and all that with it.
no. But this is going to be the skill that we use later on when we're high level. Because we're going to stack movement speed, because your movement speed is factored into how fast you spin. So it does no damage now, but we're going to put it in our 6 link later on.
Okay.
When we've got the right support gems. So I still need to drink the mana potion, but I have to drink the mana potion less often. And if there's nobody around, then I could just hit them with my mace to regain some mana. So we're in a better position mana-wise now.
Good.
It's not as bad as it was. Which means
Now,
I could also put on... Hold on. Why do the monsters always attack me when I have an idea? We could put on anger now. Right, so anger takes my DPS up by 20. It is not worth it for half of my mana. But that might be because it's not leveled up. Right. I obviously should just stick to the path because I have no idea where I'm going. They keep changing all the layouts.
you'll get there.
In the Imperial Garden, which is where we are now, you used to always just go right. And now, I'm kind of going up and right instead of down and right. I don't know why they decided to move it around. So this is a level 30 zone. I'm level 29. I shouldn't be killing things. I should just be running. I should have another Quicksilver Flask. I could spin. Spinning is slightly slower than running, but you kill things on the way.
Yeah, you don't stop and attack.
But
I
it
think
doesn't.
when you're and when you're spinning, you can phase through stuff.
Yeah.
So actually, that's really helpful for you when you've been in
You
levels where you're over leveled and you had to stop and attack groups because they're just in the way.
Yeah.
I'd kill the Eternal Empire.
One of the things that was killing me most often on my previous character was the fact that I needed somebody else to kill stuff. So if something got in my way, I couldn't do anything. So I picked up a skill called Phase Run. It's got a 4-second cooldown and it lasts 1.8 seconds. But basically, it makes mobs less likely to target you. Makes you run quicker and lets you phase through enemies.
Oh, cool. Okay.
So it's a bit like, it's not quite invisibility. Like if you phase next to something, it will still see you. But it will make it less likely to want to target you if there are other targets around. So this is a level 32 area. I probably should kill something. Could just kill
Yeah, you should.
We could probably just kill Corel here, and he'll give me a whole bunch of XP. See, my mana issues are basically gone now.
Oh yeah.
By the bargainer.
Yeah, what a difference.
It is built on trust.
Right, destroy all the items. Let's pick up this axe just in case, for some unknown reason, it somehow ends up being better. I doubt it will. Where's the damn door? So we're supposed to be climbing a giant tower now.
Okay. I was just wondering, is there a quick way to see what level you are? Is it written anywhere, or are you just keeping tabs on it?
If you press C, it tells you your level.
Okay.
So we're just climbing, as you do. So there, I killed like 4 enemies, and it was 5% of my level nearly. Let's get a nice group. Huge XP. I wouldn't mind leveling before we go upstairs, actually.
Well, that seems doable.
It does. Especially if I can't find the door.
Yeah. So there's what you'd like and what life is giving you.
Yeah. So that gives me 140 mana. This one gives me 380 mana. That's more mana than I actually have. That's probably a waste. Right, there's the door. Right, there's my level up.
Become a walking nightmare.
And my character just said, "Oh look, I've become a walking nightmare."
Once again, Exile.
Oh, what? You got some sort of extra boost?
It's just a comment that they make comments. The witch makes some of the best comments if you play her. You kill an exceptionally strong monster, and she just goes, "Oops."
So what have you got at the top of this tower? Some sort of boss?
We inch
This is-
closer to utopia.
Oh, Varici ran off. Okay.
There go the
Yes.
spoils.
Drop
Take
an
this, you're a
additional rare item with a veiled mod. Yes, give me.
And the
Gimme.
strong get stronger.
Life. Where's Jun? Jun. Where is she? There she is.
Salah,
Unveil. What was it? What's this? So, fire resistance, energy shield, cold resistance, maximum life, and cold and chaos resistance. Is it better than any of these? Can I take that off now? I can take that off now. Fire and lightning resistance, all resistance, cold resistance. Oh, cool. Right.
Salah.
So one of the things that you need to do in this game is kind of by Act 4, you need to make sure you have lots of elemental resistance.
Because the enemies are very elemental based.
Yes, but the game also balances around the fact that you will have maximum elemental resistance. So the creatures are designed to be really, really dangerous if you have maximum elemental resistance. Which means if you don't, you're actually just taking way more damage than the devs think you should to be able to stay alive.
Oh.
Which is also one of the reasons I built my support guy the way I did. Because my support guy can boost your maximum elemental resistance. So if the whole game is balanced around the fact that every player in maps will have 75% maximum elemental resistance, and then I boost you 9%. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of taking 25% damage, you're only taking 16% damage. You know, you're taking nearly half damage, right?
Yeah, yeah. Which is pretty good.
Yeah.
So, sorry, yeah, is this like an end of act boss?
Yeah, this is the end of Act 3. So this is Dominus.
Maximus Aurelius. Carnivus, yep.
In the story, Dominus is the one, the High Templar from Oriath, who originally exiles you to this place. So he exiles you all the way over here, you get shipwrecked on a beach, you go through all of these trials and tribulations, and then you get here, and his shiny blue head is here for some reason, and you're not quite sure why. And he's building this giant tower that sucks in corpses and turns them into things, and he's got the ability to shoot lightning ghosts from his fingers, and yeah, he's not a nice dude.
Good ability, though.
I mean, yeah, if you're going to shoot anything from your fingers, why not lightning corpses, right?
Yeah. Does he actually use up the corpses around you, or is that just...
No, he just has an infinite
He's
supply.
got them stored up.
Yeah. And then when you kill him, he says, this world is an illusion, Exile, and then he gets sucked into the ground. And this pretty thing crawls out of his corpse. And it's still got his.
Oh, hello.
This is the
Still got his
first.
head.
Yeah, this is the first time I've ever noticed that he's still got his face. Is that weird? Why have I never noticed that before?
Well, maybe it's something to do with the lighting. 'Cause it
It
does
is.
look grey quite a lot, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's pretty dark in here. Cool.
I
So-
prefer the view from where I'm standing now, Dominus.
So that's just one of the other things I want to get. Is I want to get some life leech. So
You have mounted the summit of the Empire.
So that's it. Chapter over, right?
chapter over, yeah. And then
Ideal, right?
you bump into Dalia here. Pretty as she is. She says, "Congratulations, you've mounted the summit of the Empire, not a cockroach." So you take your reward and you're like, bye.
Ciao for now.
Not a nice person.
Oh, fair enough. Right, well, it's a good spot for me to have a little wee-wee,
Yep, go for it.
I think. And I'll probably just phase that in with a very quick puff, so I'll be a few minutes.
Yep, no worries. Oh, we'll kill you, why not? While we're here. Use dynamite to destroy a fractured wall. Have I still not done that? Oh, so much going on in this game now. Who's this?
Lay a hand on this
Corel.
Exile, and you'll pull it back blackened.
Oh, I know Corel. Really annoying.
Felled by the bargainer. This
Right,
treasure
Corel
is
moves to intervention. Chimeria moves to... Well, I don't care about that.
see the patterns and uniquely positioned to cause a shift in syndicate roles.
Oh, I really don't want to de-level anyone though.
And I'll put the right words in.
Let's just interrogate them. We've got hardly any.
You'd have been better off bargaining with me again.
That's rubbish. But it's a crafting
Exile.
recipe. Where's it gone? There it is. Life and mana. Added damage. Yeah, that's fine. Unlock a new crafting recipe. I was going to check if that was better. It is not. And that's a chromatic orb, so let's get that. Be this way. Pathing. Really. Right, let's get.
The Empire didn't need a
Come on,
cataclysm.
scroll.
It created its own desolation.
Let's get some more life leech. Hey, a fortress.
Did I get a consolation prize? Get ready!
Are all the damn healing wards dead yet? Why is this guy so damn tanky? This hurts.
My head just keeps trying to leave me shoulders.
Do you guys mind? I'm trying to talk to my syndicate member. Hello,
Wanna
Goff.
make friends? Yeah, find things out.
Right.
Keep your word or lose your head.
More
Cool winds.
rings to unveil. 18% increased. Ooh, I like that. I don't like focus. Fire and chaos resistance is good for balancing resists. Cold resistance. Mana gained on kill. 20%. Someone shooting me with arrows. Do you mind? So what's that? 532 DPS. It's not going to be
Be
noticeable.
careful.
Right. Stop it. Yes, it's not as good. We'll work on it. Here he
What's
is.
occurring? You could see me. You could sense me.
Well, that and the fact it sounds like you ate your microphone while you're putting it on. Yeah, like that.
Now this place looks creepy as hell.
Are you seeing the red place or the grey place?
I'm seeing the red place.
So this is a Val side area.
Wait, why would I see a grey place?
Oh, I was in a grey place before I was in the red place.
Oh, but like, pretty.
Like 2
Yes.
seconds before you came back.
Right, okay.
So I don't know how much of a delay you're witnessing.
We should test this again.
We could do.
We'll do it from the next time you leave an area. I'll tell you when I see you leave.
Okay. So this area that I'm in has a modifier. So, oh god, I'm gonna die. I should pay attention instead of trying to read what's in the area. Wow, that guy hits hard.
Xerxes.
Really, really damn hard. That's alright, we got him. Is that... Oh, it's only one-handed. I was hoping it'd be two-handed. We might need a new weapon in a minute. So, a Val side area works a bit like maps do in the endgame. They have modifiers. So this one
Right.
has... Enemies have 30% more fire resistance.
Okay, you do
And
fire damage, so that's annoying.
It is pretty annoying, but... Ooh, Val Impurity of Ice. Okay. What does Val Impurity of Ice do? I haven't seen this before. So it gives you normal Purity of Ice, which is a buff that increases your cold resistance, and if you level it up, it increases your maximum cold resistance. But Impurity of Ice, you and nearby allies are immune to chill for 3 seconds, immune to freeze for 3 seconds, and reduced cold damage taken. Nearby enemies' cold resistance is ignored by hits. That's pretty good.
For a nice area.
Yeah, but you could be in an area that looks like it's on fire, and it could randomly spawn an enemy that shoots an icicle at you.
Oh, yeah, fair. So you got a portal out of here, so that looked like a bit of a nasty area then.
Yeah, it's not too bad. I mean, we're still low level, so everything's kind of easy enough. I say easy enough, that guy almost wrecked me, but
Yeah,
again, he
he gave
was
you the most
doing
trouble we've seen for a long time.
Yeah, he was doing lightning damage, and I only have 21% lightning resistance. Which is what I was talking about. If I'd had 75% lightning resistance, I would have resisted way more of that damage. And it probably wouldn't have felt so bad. It wouldn't have hurt so much.
He had fast attack as well, so I'm taking it that ranked up his DPS a bit.
Yeah, so, right, invite to party.
Oh, was somebody trying to buy something from you?
They are. They are trying to buy my Ghoul Visage, which is this thing.
What are you selling it for?
1 Chaos Orb.
Cool. Happy trails.
There you go. So, that's how you do a trade in this game. Oops. Is there any point IDing any of these? No. So that's quite nice. That's no...
That character had the wings of Teriel.
Yeah. That adds a lot of damage. Lightning? No, it's no good. It's just no good. Don't need that. No. I've run out of wisdom scrolls. No. 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 1,000 life? Yeah, let's keep that. Sell all this stuff.
Good luck.
This is the bit that always slows me down. I'm so bad at putting things in my stash. Like, why am I carrying a superior mirror arrow? I just don't need it. Right, just everybody get off. I don't need you. Click, 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 click. So my new Chaos Orb.
Yes?
Sell that, yes.
Be careful.
What can I sell for? Oh, I've got wisdom scrolls. Right, let's sell 14 of these for wisdom scrolls. Gets me 28 scrolls. Let's go back in my portal, carry on with my day. Thank you for waiting for me, monsters.
That was very good of them.
Right, so 570, 600. It's still not really worth it. Let's keep leveling up anger. Just run around, still looking for Vol. What are we, 34? 2 levels behind. There's a boss. Where is this guy?
Who are you looking for?
I'm looking for a giant guy called Vol.
Voldemort.
The Emperor's Hand or something? But yeah, he's in one of these little spiked encampments somewhere. I've gone all the way back to the damn entrance. Oh, what's going on? Where is he? We just got in a big circle. He's not going to be left, is he?
You now got to check out all those tiny areas.
Well, he should be in like a big arena type thing.
I'm sure you'll find it.
Oh, but it's further down here. Ah, I can see the poem on the map. Here he is. Hello, Vol. The Emperor Purity. He's actually the Emperor. There you go.
Oh. Flying high then. He does a fair amount of damage. Is your Are you quite underleveled now?
No, I'm not too bad. The further behind you are, the quicker you level up, so you never end up too far behind.
Yeah. So long as you can still survive.
Yeah, pretty much.
Because this feels like it might get to a point where it's like, well, think about it. If you're already rich, then every pound you earn isn't increasing your wealth very much. So it's better to be really, really poor and to make £2, because then you've quadrupled your wealth.
Yeah. Where's my other building on? Because I needed... That's the way I go for more damage, I think. What's this? Hematography. No, that is not what that says. That says hematophagy. Anyway, yeah, there you go. Leech. We're going to get some more leech. Life leech.
Oh, so that whole little circle that you were looking at is pretty dedicated to stealing health.
Yep. Each of the little round bits
focuses on something.
Yeah.
Or relates to something.
Yeah. So there'll be a circle that increases your damage with mines. There's a circle that increases your ice damage.
Or your resistances, or your...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Strong and reasonable. I like you, Exile.
So we're in this mine in the arse end of
This is looking very previous League.
Yeah, this is where they reintroduced the delve mechanic as well. So the first time you come here in the League, you meet Nico the Mad, and he tells you not to touch this yellow rock. Just find it for him, and he will mine it because it sends you mad, basically. So you find this yellow rock, and you don't want to touch it, so you just kind of walk near it and mark it. Nico pops out of the ground like some kind of deranged sprite, and immediately begins smacking it with a pickaxe.
Smacking it with his forehead.
And basically, he starts off slightly mad, and as you go deeper and deeper in the delve mine, he
really starts to lose it.
Yeah, until you turn up and he's literally just laughing hysterically at you and just sending you on your way whilst laughing at you.
Poor guy.
He completely loses his mind.
Well, I suppose he chose his lot in life, didn't he?
Yeah, I mean,
he knew what he was getting into.
He called himself Nico the Mad, as far as I'm aware.
Okay.
He introduces himself as Nico the Mad.
That's, well, yeah, and it's not an excuse though, you know? Like if I called myself Jim the Serial Rapist, I'm not gonna partake.
Definitely feeling the need for that life leech node. Also, Thane's really annoying. Stop.
I thought you already got into it.
I've got one life leech set of nodes. I'm getting another one now. Right, there's Hillock. Oh, Hillock's the one with that healing aura item thing, isn't he? So we can still kill him.
Not in the dark again.
Did you say you have to kill him until you get the option to mess with his items?
Pretty much, yeah.
There's only one fate for the weak.
Oh, we're gonna execute Jorgen.
Bye bye.
Down you go.
You kill so good, Exile. Quick
Hello.
and splatty. You want to be friends? Just for
Hillock and
today.
Elrond become trusted.
So who is it that appeared to do that for you?
Jun.
Hello.
The other person does it for you.
Yeah.
So it's only an option if there's two of them.
It's not always an option if there's two of them. Sometimes it's an option.
But only if there's two of them?
I think you get it when there's just one.
What does he do? Stab himself in the back? Or does
Oh
one
no,
appear?
Jun is the friend, your friend.
Oh, right.
She's the one investigating the syndicate. So whenever you find the syndicate, she teleports herself in
Right, okay. To give
To
you a
help-
bit of support.
to help you out, but she does like no damage. She basically just exists. You do all the work, and then she stabs them in the back when you say kill this one.
Yeah, I've played a lot of games like that where you have an NPC in a mission who's your friend, and
Yeah.
they're also getting attacked, but
And they
and
can be
they're firing off shots and they're swinging their sword, but you just know, you can tell from the health bars that if you could somehow leave the game running,
yeah, that,
went off to make a cup of tea and came back, that the enemies would still have the same health.
yeah. That's why I really liked the way that BioShock Infinite did it. Did you?
Yeah, I finished that actually. Pay the debt, do it.
You know the NPC in it. What's her name? Is it Emily?
I think it is Emily, yeah. The girl that can sort of open
Yeah.
rifts in time or something and
Yeah.
mess around with stuff.
She would actually behave in a way that was sensible for her character. Like she would hide behind things, and if something went around the thing that she was hiding behind, she would kind of like roll out into the open and dash across the open and find a new thing to hide behind.
Yeah, I know what you mean. And then she could interact with certain stuff to your benefit, couldn't
Yeah.
she? Or you could direct her. You'd be like, it looks like there's a cannon over there that used to be able to fire as like a machine gun.
Yeah,
Could you de-age it by a
Yeah.
month?
yeah. And then you get she can chuck you items as well.
Yeah, there was all sorts.
I remember reading interviews where they weren't sure if they were going to include that mechanic,
As your terror grows,
and basically they decided that they wanted they wanted a way for you to generate like emotional attachment to the character.
Mhm.
So one of the ways that they did that was they upped the difficulty of the game, so they made like ammo harder to find. I am actually dead.
Too soon.
Did you die?
I died.
I'm so sorry.
They upped the difficulty. They reduced the amount of ammo. They made money harder to come by and things like that. And then they replaced the sources that they took away with her supplying them to you when you needed them most.
Right, okay, so
So when
you actually feel-
when you're in trouble and you're about to die and you've run out of health packs, she'll pop up and go, "Look, I've got this," and she'll chuck you a health pack, and you're like, "Oh, thank God, you've got me a health pack."
you glorious woman, you.
Yeah, and they actually engineered it that way. I'm going to leave it on this "you have died" screen, and I'm going to go get some water. I'll be back in 1 second.
Okay. Well, everyone, that gives us a minute to get to know each other. But I don't want to. So, I'm actually just going to say we were talking about BioShock. Was it Infinite? This might not be a popular opinion, but I was a big fan of it. Didn't really do it for me, but I played it a few years after it came out. maybe I was just used to slightly more complicated games, or I'm not much of an FPS person. I love the first one, don't get me wrong. Didn't like the second one too much, where you're actually a big daddy. I played that a tiny bit and then, nah. But yeah, I don't know what it was about Infinite, it just didn't really do it for me. And there's another game that came out a while back. I'm gonna have to drop that subject because I can't remember what it was called. But the second one's just come out. No, can't remember. I know something that Spud wouldn't be willing to talk about, but right now I'm really into Red Dead Redemption 2, which is going exceedingly well, I feel. I'm just on my way to getting the Legend of the East Satchel, which is taking a long time, I'll be honest. I think I can hear him. Shh, don't talk about
I heard you talking about Red Dead Redemption.
it. Do you have a loudspeaker or something?
No, my headset's just really loud for some reason today.
It's really good. It's actually got like a 90-foot cable, and you take it with you to the kitchen.
If you listened carefully, you would have heard me. As I went
wow.
As I went
next...
for a tinkle. No, it's not
next...
really. No, I muted it and went. Hang on.
So, I forget. What are you looking for in this place? Is it a being or is it an item?
I am trying to get through this place. I have been told that the place that I need to go to is the other side of this mine. Oh, look, here's some of this yellow rock as well, so look, we can zoom in and look at it.
Yeah, so they kept it.
Yeah, so they brought. This is one of the mechanics that they didn't bring back after it was a league mechanic, and then for this league they brought it back to replace the masters.
Right. Okay.
Have I not got this place? I thought I had this place already.
Are you going to bother using it in this, or?
Yeah, I am. I've already started delving, so. One of the reasons I've made this character was because I can't delve on my own with my other character. So even though he's really high level, if I get a bunch of that yellow rock stuff. Oh, I didn't talk to Helena. She's not even here. That's because I've already unlocked it. I don't need to be doing this. Yeah, so I get a bunch of yellow rocks, and then basically, unless I can find somebody to run the mine basically for me while I boost their damage, I can't do it.
Oh, well.
Yeah. So I need a character that can actually,
stand on their own feet.
Yeah, hit stuff with a mace.
Yes. Why, what's your other character use?
It uses a sword, but it does no damage. The only reason it's holding the sword is because the sword has a modifier that increases its defense.
Yeah.
So I've got it turned off. You see how I've got this on my mana sphere? I've got this kind of grayed out area. That's because I'm using an aura. Well, it's not actually an aura. It's like an aura, but it only applies to me. That adds 15% of my physical damage as extra fire damage, and anybody that I kill explodes, dealing 25% of the overkill damage in an area around them.
Okay.
So basically that reserves a portion of my mana. So that reserves 25%. Right?
It's a fair amount.
Anger reserves 50% and does a similar thing. It adds fire damage to attacks and spells, but it does it for everybody around you, and it reserves 50%.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So 50% is quite a lot, yeah?
Yeah.
So...
But that extra 25% cost, the benefit is everyone else getting it.
Yeah. So my character, my high level character, is wearing an item called Victario's Influence, another item called Alpha's Howl, and has taken reduced.
I'm afraid to admit to a core of cowardice underneath my callous exterior.
Ooh.
That's what you want to hear.
Yeah, let's do that. Anyway, sorry. Reduced mana reservation on the passive tree. And all of this is designed so that you can fit more auras into the same percentage of life, basically. So on my aura character, anger does not reserve 50%, it only reserves 26 because it's been reduced by such a huge amount. So then I can stack anger and the ice version and the lightning version and some more things, which without those bonuses would be more than 100% of your mana.
Oh, that sounds like a good strategy.
Yeah. That is a Sacred Life Flask. That is way bigger than the ones I'm using. That is not the right type of scroll. I can't use it yet. So yeah, this character could use a maximum of 4 auras probably, because the smallest aura you can get is 25%. Wow, that thing hits hard with a ghost on it.
Oh yeah, wow. That was like 25% of your health in
Yeah.
1 second.
Yeah, so the smallest aura you can get is 25%. Most are 35 or 50. So 200 mace. Could be good. And that character is using 9 of them. I managed to squeeze 9 auras in. Uh, 37. What am I? 34.
So this place is pretty linear.
Yeah, it's actually, I think it's got like a loop in it, so you can either go one way or the other to get to it. But I think you end up in the same place.
So you're basically entering what, different arenas?
Yeah.
Do you think there's a crowd up there watching you?
I think they're supposed to be. But this is Duresso's dream, and Duresso is talking to us, and I'm pretty sure Duresso is supposed to be already dead, so I don't quite know how we managed to get into his dream. It's never really explained as far as I know.
His croak dream as well, that's pretty weird.
It's very odd, and then you go from this arena and you go into the Grand Arena.
Welcome to the Grand Arena of Theopolis. It is here that I first laid eyes upon my true purpose.
Oh wow.
Oh, these ghosts. Oh god.
What's the damage?
Run, 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 run.
You need to start spinning, you need to phase through them.
So that was a syndicate member with a ghost. Oh god, he's followed me. So he's an intervention syndicate member, which means that he's immediately way more stronger. More stronger? That's a word. Oh, he killed me.
Yeah, he are more stronger. I'm with you.
He are more stronger. And then, to top
just
things
saw you
off,
die.
yeah, a ghost inhabited his body. And
Oh wow.
the ghost works like a percentage modifier. So a really, really strong enemy will get much, much stronger.
Did you take him out though when you died?
No, basically he just turns up and kills you and then leaves.
Oh right.
He's the assassination branch, the intervention branch. It's there to ruin your day.
Oh wow, look at these chaps.
Dire Breaker. Right, let's grab another one of these flasks. Dun, 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 dun.
Oh, he actually saw one of your ghost guys then.
Yeah, if I zoom in, you should be able to see them.
No, I saw one really crisply there.
Excellent.
You sort of see them from halfway up the thighs up.
Yeah, they're not a whole body.
I'm not sure what they're. I don't think they're I don't know if they were wielding the same thing as you. It looked more like a sword.
It should be the same thing, I believe. I've never tested that theory though. Right, so then we're gonna go fight this guy. I'm also hoping that I've got enough. Have I got enough to get some leech? Ugh, I'm one short.
What? Something really good.
The next leech node.
Oh, right.
So the goal with this character is to be able to leech lots of life.
What, your build?
Yeah.
Or the guy you're fighting?
The build I'm making, this character that I'm playing as. So the idea, yeah. Later on, when we're really, really speedy, when we move really, really quick, we attack really, really quick, do lots of damage, we're just gonna cyclone. Ow.
And you're going to heal yourself as you do loads of damage.
Yeah. There's no wonder this guy won all of his fights if he could just summon a cloud of swords. Can you imagine being a gladiator in an arena? Oh, you know, you're there.
Yes, sod it.
You got your
sword rain.
you got your trident, you got your net, yeah, and then the guy's just like have a cloud of swords.
Cloud of swords. Well, I suppose if everyone else gets magic abilities as well.
That's a lot of damage. Ow, 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 ow.
Yeah, look at that.
Right, so then we get the Eye of Desire. We check how good
The thrill of the fight.
Yeah. It's a cruel joke that man was born with more intent than life.
Is that mace better than yours? Or not
It's
really?
not, no.
Yeah.
I could check, see if there's anything in the old guild stash that's better. Wow, these people have been... That's pretty good. I'm not high enough level to use it, but that's pretty good. Any good? No good leveling items in the guild stash. Normally my guild are pretty good at that. Slither pinch.
So is the guild stash people that you're, what, friends with?
Yeah, kind of. I don't really speak to them that often.
Just like 3 times a day.
No, they're kind of always on and always playing, and so are you. And then occasionally someone's like, I found this thing that I can't kill that will have very good drops. Does anybody want to come and kill it for me? And I'll share the stuff.
You will be remembered.
I don't get good rewards from this. Give me my rewards. Abyssal Cry, no. Stone Golem? Stone Golem's okay. Let's do a Stone Golem.
Our hopes are with you.
I don't have a slot for him. I'll find a slot for him later. Talk to Tasuni. Oh, I move so slowly. So what are you thinking of this game character build situation?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing it mature a bit.
Yeah, well, we're getting there. Like we're coming up to
Bye-bye.
we're coming up to halfway through ish of the story. I imagine if we're playing this next week, I will be in maps by then. I would
What's
hope.
maps? Is that like New Game Plus?
So when you finished all the story, even before you finish the story, but you can't actually use them until you finish the story. These items called maps begin to drop, and maps have a set kind of tile set with a boss on them. So you could get the beach map, right? And you put it in your map device, and it will open portals to a beach. And it will be a randomly generated beach with random enemies on the beach. And you can kill things in that, but it's higher level than any of the story areas. But the good thing about maps, as opposed to normal areas, is that you can roll modifiers on them. And the modifiers affect how difficult the area is, but they also affect the rewards.
Cool. Okay.
So you can modify a map, so to say all of the enemies have extra life. And if you give all the enemies extra life, then you'll get 21% increased item rarity. So items that drop are more likely to be, you know, better items, more rare items. So
Rarer.
Yeah. You want to, if you can, stack lots of these modifiers that increase the difficulty, so that you have multiple instances that all increase item rarity and increase item quantity. And you can roll the maps, so you can... Oh, I have not got captured. Oh, I just walked all that way to die to a damn fire enemy because I haven't capped my fire resistance. So annoyed with myself right now, but I don't know if I have the will to go and cap fire resistance this early. I should. I really should.
Why? How difficult is it? How much do you have to put towards it?
It's not the cost, although there will be a cost. It's just the fact that you actually have to go and do it. You have to go sit on a website and search for a piece of gear with the right modifiers on it on the shop. Then you have to whisper the person and say, "Hello, I would like to buy your thing," and then they don't answer you, so you end up having to do the whole process again until eventually you find an item with the right modifiers. And you whisper them and they invite you, and then you have to go to their hideout. Then you trade them your item for their item, and then you realise that you forgot to check how much intelligence there was required on that item, so you have to start respecking your whole build to increase your intelligence, just to put on the damn pair of shoes that you need to increase your fire resistance. I just hate it. I hate it. It annoys me.
So you're just gonna try and survive.
Try not to die. Yeah. Oh, fire damage hurts. No, I can phase. I can do that. It's fine. I don't want any. Also, later on, the higher level you are, the better the items are that drop as well. And the better the items are that can, you know, be equipped.
That makes absolute sense.
Yeah, so right now, if I get the maximum roll I can possibly get of increased life on a belt, it's going to be like 30 extra life. later on I'll be able to get one with 100%, 100 extra life on it. Which doesn't sound like a lot, but that 100 is then increased by your increased life percentage on your passive tree. So it's actually a lot more.
It's like your base life
Yeah.
that everything else affects.
Yeah, everything in this game is all about lots of small modifiers, then increased by a huge percent. Ow! What is wrecking me?
I don't know, something's hitting you hard though.
I know, and I'm gonna fail this mission. Oh, it's because he's got a ghost on him. What is with all these ghosts?
Good work then.
I'm dead. I hate ghosts. Ghosts are so annoying. I should have picked that passage point for more leech. I'm not stressed much.
So what's the plan? How do you get around this? Oh, I
Well,
suppose they're gone now, are
They're
they?
gone now, yeah, I failed the mission. Now I just have to run all the way back there. Again.
Less creatures though.
Yeah, this is true. I could also just level up until I can use my new life flasks. That would be a good idea, right? Ah, wrong button. It's only one more
Why,
level.
how much better are they?
1,200 life over 6 seconds instead of 1,000 life over 7 seconds and 1,500 life over 10 seconds.
Okay, yeah, pretty good.
So they heal quicker, which is the important bit. Let's kill this stupid totem. That was not enough experience. I should not be doing this. I should be in the next area. Also, this area is just rubbish. I hate it. It's just full of fire enemies. Nobody likes fire enemies.
Looks cool though.
Does. There's the boss at the end of it's a nightmare as well. Actually,
A what? A Slightmare?
a nightmare.
Ah.
What is a slightmare?
Well, it's not as bad as a nightmare, but it's, you know, it's not easy.
Is that a term you've actually used before?
I
Or
don't know.
Did you just make?
I
Did you just make
I
that up?
don't- Not on the spot. I've used it before. Don't know if I've heard anyone else use it. Could be one of those internet things, like from Imgur.
I like how you call it Imgur.
Yeah, it's just what I've always called it.
So we were having. Have we had the ludicrousness discussion before?
Um,
And we did you agree with me that ludicrousness sounds ludicrous, and that ludicrosity is a much better word?
you cut out a bit there, so ludicrousness sounds ludicrous, and
Ludicrosity is a much
Sounds-
better word.
oh, it's better than
Yeah.
ludicrosity. Yeah, do you know what? I've only heard it like twice, and it's already growing on me.
It's a good word. Nobody believes me. No, nobody's having it.
People have no
Why can I not? Oh, it's
no
trying.
imagination or taste.
I think I might just go for Cyclone in a minute. I might see if I can switch to Cyclone and see if it's better. Right, we're
What
fine.
was your default attack?
Yeah.
What?
Well, yeah, because currently my Molten Strike is linked to 5 gems, yeah?
Mhm.
And my Cyclone's only linked to 2. And my Cyclone already does quite a bit of damage. Right. So maybe.
Yeah, it's. Do you know what its DPS is?
Currently its DPS says it's 700. Currently it says it's higher DPS than my Molten Strike.
Oh, well, maybe there's time for a switch.
But I don't think the tooltip DPS takes into account the fact that I'm launching so many balls, and that there's 3 ghosts all launching balls that also cross over.
Oh, okay.
It's just if you hit something with the mace, you'll do 500 DPS. And then these balls of fire come out, and we don't really know how to calculate that, so we're just not going to put it on the tooltip.
Think I prefer killing over negotiating.
Right, do I have enough leech? Oh, wow. Oh, no, I don't have enough leech. I need more life. How are we going to fix this? I could have got that for a start. Oh, blood magic. What are we gonna do, Jim? What are we gonna do?
I don't know. Are all your life options far away?
Pretty much.
Hmm. Could you favour maybe items that give you more life?
Yeah, like I've just been completely neglecting all of my items. If I look at my actual gear, it's probably horrible. Wrong button. There's 9 life on my helmet. Obviously, there's nothing on my chest. There's none on my gloves. There's none on my boots. Some on my belt. Hardly any on my rings. There's none on that ring. That is the worst amulet in the world. But what do I need it for?
How under level do you?
35 and a 38. So 3 levels.
Hmm.
My main issue, my main issue is I have 1,000 life. Like, this is just not enough. I need to fix it. There are ways. We can manage.
We can rebuild.
Yeah, we'll be all right. Also, at some point, I've got a ridiculous weapon in my stash.
What level until you can use it?
60.
60.
Yeah, 62 or 63. It's called Kondo's Pride. Let's not go in the stupid hut. Right. Ooh. Hey, a Chaos Orb. Right. We can invest that in gear. So yeah, I've got a few nodes on the tree that give me increased percentage life, but then because I've only got my base flat life and I've not got any extra from gear, I'm increasing my small amount of life by a large percentage. It's not doing anything for me.
Oh dear.
Yeah, it's not brilliant.
Those plants must be pretty hardy. Thinking about it.
Just
Can you see
living.
'em?
Yeah.
Like spider plants.
I can't imagine there being much rain here. See, I'm not sure. I reckon Cyclone might work for us, you know.
You reckon it's got it?
I reckon it's got potential.
I reckon you need more bleed.
I think I need more bleed.
Because then or the equivalent of poison. Because then you could pass through things. And by the time you get to the end, the ones at the back start dying.
Oh, I'm high enough level to put my new flask on. Yeah, there we go. So these flasks heal me for 1,200 life, and I have 1,200 life. So that.
Perfect.
Uh-oh. Equipping new flasks equips them as empty, so I now can't heal
During the boss fight.
during the boss fight.
And he's doing a lot of damage.
He is doing a lot of damage. Ah, I'm dead. Right. Fine. Whatever. He's doing a lot of fire damage, which is an issue, because I can't take fire damage.
Hmm. He's got it coming out the walls.
There you go. Once we've got some flash charges,
It's more doable.
yeah, because then we can,
Heal.
yeah, and we can just stand here and leech from him.
Oh, so Leech puts it into your bottles.
No, leech,
Does fill up your health.
it fills up your health
Orb.
directly.
Right, okay.
But it
Wow,
it
that was a good kill.
I died.
Yeah.
Oh my. King Calm, please stop.
Save your breath for the ancestors, Calm. You'll need it.
So we're finally done with that. The question is, what gear do we buy that fixes everything? %50 of physical damage converted to cold damage. Now, do I even really want that? I don't know if I do.
Does it have a chance of slowing them down?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
That's not a bad little. We could go for that. Sorry, I'm just looking some stuff up. Okay. So Duresso's Salute would be a good option, or the Carnage Heart. Duresso's Salute. How much is a Duresso's Salute?
Somebody's
is-
got a little floating golden baby. What's that doing there?
Little cherub.
Little baby. Somebody else got a bird. Have you got anything?
It's got red eyes and horns.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's disgusting.
So that.
So I take it you're out of the fire area now.
Yeah. So 16 to all elemental resistances is pretty good. But that's only. Yeah, that's not as much, is it? Let's see if someone will sell us Duresso's Salute. Hello, I would like to buy your Duresso's Salute. Citron amulet listed for 1 alchemy and betrayal. On the stash tab, sell. Accept. There's a hideout. Thank you. Bye. Sod it.
That was quick.
I need more intelligence now. Am I near an intelligence node?
So what was the benefit of that amulet then?
Rubbish. Rubbish, rubbish, rubbish. I need 6 more intelligence. So annoying. The benefit of this amulet is I get 50% reduced maximum energy shield. So I have 8 instead of 16. Big whoop. 33% fire resistance, 31% cold resistance, more movement speed when full life, more attack range, and increased melee damage on full life.
Increased movement speed on full life. That's a ball ache.
Nah, it's good. Oh, I can just take the gem out and then I can use it. Excellent. 786. Right, so we're gonna do some rejigging if that's all right. So this gives
Yeah,
us
rejig away.
this gives us 71% fire resistance, and we've now got overcap in cold resistance.
And what did you have in fire before? 21.
20, yeah, something.
So that would have made a huge difference in the area you were just in.
Yeah, but it'll also make a huge distance going forwards, which is what we most care about, right?
What about lightning? Don't
Light-
forget lightning.
Lightning. I haven't forgotten lightning. This it's on the list of things to do. Carnage Heart probably would have been a
Is
bit.
chaos like far less?
Yeah, chaos isn't as important, I want to say, but when it shows,
It'll be more of a problem when it's a problem.
yeah, it isn't a problem until it is. I could also go for my ascendancies. What do my ascendancies give me? Oh, all of these terms, mate. I'd have to do 2 labs. I'm not high enough level to do 2 labs.
What are lab?
The lab is... Oh, should we go do a lab? Let's go do a lab. I'll show you a lab. So the ascendancy classes for each character. I'm playing the Scion. The Scion has the weirdest ascendancy classes because she has 1 ascendancy class, and it doesn't give you many benefits until you've got your second one. But she kind of gets the choice of being every other class, but not as good. But she can be multiples, if that makes sense. So the duelist can become a slayer and gets like really, really good leech ability and gets like splash damage and all sorts of good stuff. Well, the Ascendant can pick the Slayer node to get kind of half of all of those benefits, but then also pick the Juggernaut node to get half of all the Juggernaut's nodes to become really, really tough and tanky. And I hate the goddamn lab so much.
Is it like just
It's
typically quite a difficult place?
It's just full of traps and it's just annoying and it's big and if you die you have to start again. It's just... Ugh.
Does it automatically just pick your level?
No, this is level 33, this area, so I'm actually coming here at the right level, which I hate doing. Normally I just wait till I'm like level 70 and I just come and smash everything in the face. It's just not... I just don't want to deal with it. There are things in this game that I just don't want to deal with, and the lab is one of them. So you go through different areas, and then every so many areas you get the aspirant's trial, and Izaro comes out of this hole in the ground with one of these. What is it? What the hell did that? Oh, Frost Idol. I don't know what the Frost Idol does. I'm just gonna kill it.
Has he got a ghost?
Yeah,
Or is that just part of him?
that is the goddess of purity.
What ambition. Time is the champion of second chances.
So you take a third of his life off him. You go back into the labyrinth. You end up in this kind of.
He's a pretty thick-skinned boy, isn't he?
He is. So I'm looking for new gloves at the moment. If some gloves drop on the floor that are yellow, I would like to check them for life and resistance.
What's a thief's garb?
It's a chest piece. An evasion chest piece. So it helps you evade attacks. Right. Let's deal with these. What's in a decorative chest? The next portal you hit will be killed instantly. I have never seen that before in my life. I hate the lab so much. Right, so we've got a jeweler's strongbox. Should we identify it? Increased quantity, summon skeletons, has an additional magic item, one chest, guarded by a rogue exile and spreads caustic ground. Okay, fine, run away. Okay, at least it's not one of the really dangerous exiles. So they added these enemies called rogue exiles to the game.
Mm-hmm.
And they can use player... Oh god, I hate the traps.
Got him. They can use what?
They can use player skills and links and weapons and stuff.
Hence the Exile reference.
Yeah, so they do. Some of them are set up really, really well, and some of them are just rubbish. The ones that are set up really well do so much damage. One of the reasons that reflected damage in this game is so dangerous is because, like right now, I have 1,000 life, yeah?
Yeah.
And my attack that doesn't feel like it does a lot of damage does 900 DPS. So if I was to reflect my own attack back at me...
When the time comes to strike, an emperor
Yeah, you're
I'd be in trouble, right? That's why so many people die to reflect. Because you can play this game in hardcore as well, where if your character dies, you get moved out of the hardcore league into the standard league.
Oh, that's good. You don't just lose your character forever.
You don't just lose it forever. But at the same time, if you were playing hardcore, okay, I'm not standing in that. So that's what the portal shredder did. I instantly killed the portal.
This empire remains filled with emperors in waiting.
I should have changed my gloves before I came here. Bit of an
Seems to be doing well.
Yeah, oh, no, fire pits. Please tell me I don't need to go into the fire pits. Please let it be this way.
Is this? Do you just have to beat him once more?
Yeah, that is a locked door. I totally have to go through that fire pit, don't I? If I die in the fire pit, I'm going to be so angry. Ow. Okay, spiky door.
It's alright, I'll be here to laugh.
I will come round there and I will slap you. You're not that far away.
This is true. I might have to board my house up zombie style. Oh, they
Ah.
actually they're taking damage. Bless them.
I don't think I needed to come this way.
Oh, really?
I don't think so. Ow. Stupid statue. Oh, maybe I did. Who even knows? Ah, I didn't fall for you, spiky door. I fell for that one. Gem cutters. File spectral throat. Sure, I'll take it. This way. Yeah.
What was that good stuff?
File spectral throw is a cool skill. Yeah, this place will do. I bet I died to Izaro on the last fight now.
Is he much further?
I don't think so. I'm hoping it's this door here. Hey. So it's pretty much nearly always the top right one. Sometimes it isn't.
Must keep those promises. Our throne is the most
Right. So then in the final one, just to make things even more interesting, they put a bunch of traps in the room with you.
Hooray!
More traps. Ow. Ooh, that hurts.
make your mark.
Yeah, don't be afraid to do the old run and heal.
Oh, I'm so dead. Oh no, I'm okay. I'm okay. Stop firing mortars at me. Oh, I saw this blue crap on the floor.
Blue crap.
Stop it! I don't want to stand in the blue stuff because I know I've got terrible lightning resistance. Stop it.
You're doing alright. Oh, no, heal.
Is more dangerous than the journey, Ascendant.
There we go. So we've blown up Izaro, freed the goddess of purity for now. Don't want that. And then we get to go to the Ascendancy Chamber, and then everybody always forgets that sometimes enemies can spawn in here, and they think they're safe. So we got one treasure key. There are usually ways to collect more, but that involves going through more rooms, and meh.
So, what? Will that only open one chest?
Yeah.
Is the ending that we all deserve.
So we're just going to pick up a bunch of stuff. It's not bad. That's better. That's rubbish. Rubbish. Maybe that'll sell. Most of those are awful. Yeah, they're all terrible. So this thing, we can add a modifier to our gloves.
When you get gloves you want?
Well, no, you have to do it while you're here.
Oh.
So, and then I get this confusing. So I only get one choice here. I get the Ascendant, and I think I'm going to go for Raider. No, I'm not going to go for Slayer. So I can't get to it now, but I can take this node, and then next time I'll be able to get the Slayer node. So I'll have to do the next lab up.
Do you reckon you'll make it? What's the level?
I'm not doing it right now because it's level
44.
It's probably level 50, I think. So it's going to be
Okay.
it's considerably higher than this one anyway. I'm just going to fill out this. I'm just going to get some more life. It gets me another 70 life.
Well, I suppose you can, if you just keep instantly going back to the beginning when you die, you could use it to level up quite quick, can't you?
Use what to level up?
The that thing you've just gone through, the lab, or do you not get experience from the lab?
You do get experience from it, but not a huge amount. It's just...
I was just thinking it was access to higher level enemies,
Oh, right, yeah. It would be way higher. Do I even want to know how high it is? Should we go have a look? It says required level 40. I suspect it's higher than that.
Okay.
It won't let me go in at 36. What have we got left to do?
Num num.
Yeah, I really should have more life for this. Right, should we... I've just spotted the time, by the way.
Oh yeah, we're like at the end, aren't we?
How...
Oh, holy cow.
Level 43. Also has no life. Right, let's take the name out. We want gloves. And maximum level 36. And requirements maximum 225 strength, 94 dexterity, 30 intelligence. And we want them to have life and lightning resistance. Why can I not find any items? Oh, I've ticked a box I shouldn't have ticked. Okay, fine. So that works. So what about 25 lightning resistance? That's a bit suspicious. If he's whispered me for that already, what is it? What was it called? Apocalypse.
Why? Is it a really good item?
It's not that good. Alright, fine. It's probably worth way more than I'm about to sell it to him for. Why can I not trade with him? Trade.
What is it called?
Apocalypse Bliss. Right, so hopefully this person will message me back and invite me. Oh, he's got one of those like crazy macro things. But I don't. Why can't I see the button? Why? I was gonna say, why was it not letting me? There we go. Right. Trading in this game must look so weird.
What do you mean?
Like, obviously everything I'm doing is in a web page off on the other screen, and then just like a bunch of people are talking and trading items, and it probably looks really weird.
Oh, I hadn't really considered that. Just, yeah.
Right. Crafting bench. It's already got life, it's already got that. Can I add? I could add. I need lightning resistance, right? Can I craft lightning resistance? There it is. That's cold and lightning. Level 40 is too high.
$20 on to 28. Is it worth it?
There you go. I'm almost capped with resistance now.
Sweet. What? All of them, except for chaos.
Yeah.
Nice.
Is there anything I can do with this? What can I do with this hat? I could get more life that way. It just doesn't seem worth it. I could just get a new hat. There's no point spending good money on a bad hat, right?
Yeah, you've had it for quite a long time. In fact, the entire game, haven't you?
I picked it up at, like, in Act 2 somewhere, I think. Just gonna stick these in there. Sell
Who
those.
wins?
Sell.
I would have thought the average person replaces every item once every between 1 to 1.5 acts. Like, I mean, if you were playing it properly rather than
Just try.
skipping all the enemies and not opening any chests and stuff.
Yeah, I'm trying to get to the end. Because
Hello.
yeah, I don't know. It's one of those things. Like, I could have picked up better items if I'd been paying more attention. Wow, I've never seen that mod before. I mean, it's absolutely useless. I'm never going to use it, but now I can craft it if ever I decide to.
Many great things begin at the foot.
Sell items. Buy that from me. And buy those from me.
See you.
I mean, I've got ideas for what I'm going to use for a helmet. I think I'm going to use a helmet called Devoto's Devotion.
By Devoto.
Yeah.
I love that name.
Nightmare made real.
So it reduces the damage you deal, but it increases your attack speed by more. It gives you chaos resistance, and it gives you more movement speed. It's a hat that makes you run faster.
Sweet. Out of interest, do these eyeballs follow you when you walk around?
They do. I think.
Gross.
Do they? They definitely do. Do you know what? I have played this game for many, many hours, and I've never actually noticed.
That's so good.
Right, I'm going to die so many times on this boss with this much life. Why can't I get through there? That is not actually a path, that's why.
Oh. It's just a wall. So again, are you quite underleveled for where you are?
So this is 38 and I'm 36, so no,
No, not too bad.
not too bad.
I suppose individual level gaps become less important the higher up you get.
Yeah, pretty much.
So if the area is level 100, you could get away with like 96, 95.
Oh, way lower, yeah. There isn't anything in this game that says if you are 10 levels lower, do a bunch of extra damage or anything like that.
Yeah, yeah.
So once you kind of got to level 80, you can have enough life and enough damage to eventually kill everything.
And you
I'm
don't get massively nerfed like they did in what's it called? The cell shaded first person shooter.
Borderlands.
Yeah, Borderlands. Remember, like you could just be a few levels off, and they would give you such a harsh,
Yeah, it would
like,
be...
like damage effect. You know?
If you looked at the numbers, it didn't look that bad on paper. It was like enemies have 20% more health, and enemies take like 20% less damage or something. And it doesn't sound that bad, but it made it feel awful.
Oh yeah, yeah. I don't know. I remember trying it a few times, and it just areas were impossible. It felt if you were outside your area, if you're
Yeah.
outside your level.
But again, if you got a lucky legendary drop,
Then you could hold your own a bit more.
you could hold your own, yeah, like 2 or 3 levels higher than you normally would be able to.
Portal scroll, you left it.
I know I did. I love the attack animation with this two-handed hammer as well. It's especially good when you're knocking down a wall of a fortress. I still died. Oh, I need to fix my character.
To be fair, you had like what 9, 10 creatures behind you, and you just at no point turned around to hit them.
Well, that's what Ancestral Call does, though, right? I just need to hit the door, and my 2 ghosts will hit everything else, and all of the balls will splash everywhere, right?
Hmm.
Oh my god. So much damage. What is that thing, and why is it doing so much damage? Don't spawn a new one. Ow.
Did you get it? Did you get it?
I got the door. Oh my god, and the guy inside it's absolutely mental.
Slink back to the sea, why not?
Oh, there's 3 of them.
Bones will rot.
Phase through him. Phase through.
I was doing absolutely fine. I had like nearly full life. The other good thing is that because we're playing on softcore, I could just throw lives at these people, and there's nothing they can do to stop me.
Will they maintain the same level of health?
Yep. I'm gonna. Stop it. Oh, there's a damn totem. Let's go get the totem. Ah, what are you going to do now? Now that you've got no totem. Yeah, that doesn't work as well as I was hoping. Oh, God. Oh, so much damage. Right, Riker, just please die. Right, I don't want to deal with Riker. Right, we got all three of them.
I just can't bring
Why was it
Right.
so many in one place?
Because they've got all these green lines. The green lines means that they're friends and they want to help each other.
Oh, right, okay.
Right. Right. Riker removed from the Immortal Syndicate. Why would I want to remove Riker?
Yeah, losing sleep over it. Really would rather not have to even think about it.
Do I want to remove Riker? Yeah. Let's remove Riker.
Where you step from now on, traitor. One trap is all it takes.
Did I?
So what does that mean? Is he no longer immortal?
I don't know. I think it's because there are more syndicate members than there are slots for syndicate members to sit in.
Oh, okay, so you'll have somebody else attacking you in theory.
Yeah, so it looked like they got replaced. If I go to the show investigation, look, there's this new question mark showed up as soon as I did that.
Oh.
Was it that one or that one? I can't remember. Look at all these confusing lines. Like, how are you supposed to keep track of this? What was the item that I got? Well, that one.
So green's ally, yellow is what?
Yellow is this is their job.
Who wins?
Jun, unveil me this ring. Yeah, attack and cast speed. Why not? I'm never going to use that ring. I'll have the crafting recipe, thank you. And then let's unveil this. Definitely picking that mod. Being able to craft that's going to be really useful on another character. And then unveil this mod. 27% increased physical damage. 11% chance to blind enemies on hit. Attacks with this weapon penetrate 13% elemental resistance. Unlock that, that's amazing. These new crafting recipes are great. Boots, shield. No, not any of
Is it all new to this one league?
Yeah, some of the recipes are returning, but it looks like some of them are they're really good, the new ones. I especially like that they've added dual resistance crafting. So before you could always craft, like if you had an open suffix on an item, you could craft like extra fire resistance. But if you only needed like an extra 20% fire resistance, the rest would always just be wasted. Well, now you have the option to either craft a lot of fire resistance, or you can craft a little bit of fire resistance and some other resistance, like some cold or some chaos. And chaos hardly ever turns up.
Ideal.
Yeah. Oh look, Piety keeps ahead as well. You know what? I never noticed all of these mobs kept their heads when they transformed into weird shapes. Okay, that does not do.
So when you say piety keeps their head, what element of them is their head? The eyeball?
No, just to the side of the eyeball, you can see a hat.
Oh,
And if you look at the front of her, you can see there, under the it's kind of on the shoulder closest to us, above the arm, there's a head. Ooh.
Let's not make this a habit. It really hurts.
Bye, Piety. Hurry up, talk to me.
I was
There we go. Right, bye. Oh, you're not working tomorrow?
I am.
Okay.
This twisting of flesh and light.
Have I got a captive audience for this?
No. I'll That's a good point. No, I'm a big lad. I can sign off myself. What are you gonna do? Are you gonna keep the stream going for a bit?
I'm not. I am absolutely knackered. I've had a terrible day at work, and
Oh dear.
I need some sleep.
Have all the computers stopped computing?
Yeah, well, a certain somebody that you know rather well dumped a job on me at 6:10. I was like, I was supposed to finish 10 minutes ago. And he said, don't worry.
Share the load, Mr. Frodo.
He said, don't worry. It'll only take 10 minutes. I was like, oh, I best text Charlie. I'm going to be here all night.
And did you stay much longer?
It was about 7:20 when we finished.
Jeez Louise. Busy.
Yeah. Let's hand in some rewards. Ooh. Multi-strike. I like multi-strike.
No love for Diala.
Oh, I just heard that woman say her name for the first time and it's pronounced Diala. So after all these years of me calling Diala, that's wrong.
Diala.
Hmm. So what else have we got in here? Multiple totem support. Brutality. No. Immolate. I got multi-strike. I need an increased area of effect. I don't have enough intelligence. My character is not smart enough.
Wow.
I know.
Did you get it naturally with level ups, or did you have to?
You have to pick the nodes on the tree.
Oh.
So you see these ones that are kind of like travelling nodes along the kind of arteries of the tree.
Yes.
They're all strength and intelligence. And then occasionally you get these big blob nodes that are 30 of the ones that are not the right area, if that makes sense. So if you look...
Yeah, I think I follow.
Yeah, if you look at the bottom of the tree, this bottom corner is mostly strength. And this bottom corner is mostly dexterity, and the top is mostly intelligence. And then you've got the kind of bits where they bleed into each other and they cross over. And then in the bits where it's mostly strength, you'll get one dex and one int, like big node.
So you'll get like
on each
some
side.
access to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it must be really, really hard to come up with this map and balance it out.
I know, it's crazy. I've just noticed that if you're in the dexterity strength area, the strength node is called beef.
Beautiful.
I could go for that, actually. That's kind of close. So I've got myself a build guide. I'm following somebody else's build guide because every time I try and make a build, it doesn't end up as good as I hope.
It goes wrong.
I always tweak them a little bit though. I don't just use them outright. Like this one is a molten strike guide, but I'm hoping to turn it into a cyclone build later.
Can you remove stuff that you've spent?
Yeah.
Or
So I've got 4 refund points from quests so far.
right, okay.
You get, I think, it's quite a few, 20 or so.
So that's quite a lot of flexibility, isn't it, later on?
Yeah. But it's not massive.
Well, if you get to like level 100, it's like 20%.
Yeah. You also get 20 skill points from quests as well, so it's a bit less.
Oh, just additional skills that they gift you.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
So 40% increased damage. That's Crimson Dance. Right. So we are going to be doing a lot of bleeding damage. So at some point we're going to fill out this bloodletting, which is bleed chance, bleed damage. We're going to grab this because this is increased damage with axes, because eventually we're going to use an axe. I've got an amazing sword ready, lined up. That's going to continue my leveling. I'm going to get... I've already got that. I'm going to get Crimson Dance, so instead of bleed only hitting... only being able to stack one time, you can stack 8 bleeds, and they don't do more damage when the enemy moves, and you deal 50% less damage with bleeding.
Oh.
So normally you can only put 1 bleed on an enemy, and if they don't move, it doesn't do a lot of damage. If they move, it then does lots of damage. But this will make it do half damage, not do the increased damage, but then you can stack it 8 times instead. So it's gonna be good because we're gonna be cycloning.
Yeah. So
We're gonna be hitting lots of times, and then we're gonna get this. So lots of extra damage with two-handed weapons, more damage and attack speed with two-handed weapons, and then the place that I might go next, I think we're gonna come this way to there, and then we're gonna go up for Sanctity. We're gonna come down all the way for Way of the Warrior for this extra life. We might skip that regen, I'm not sure. There's a life there. What's this? Melee physical damage. Do we care about melee physical damage? I'm not sure we do. There's more life there. Yeah, so this is a very good way for me to go. So I'm gonna come down here and get all this extra life. I'm gonna go up here. There's extra life up here. And then we're gonna go this way. Got some more life here.
So where did you start?
So you start at this circle here, and you can take any of these paths out.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So I took this one because this is melee damage and strength. Melee damage. Lots of life. And then I can come down here for the life regeneration. Oh, I keep forgetting to take that as well. Actually, why do I go that way? Why do I not go 1, 2, that one? 3, jewel. 1, 2, 3, jewel. Does make a difference. So yeah, basically, in my plan, I take this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, then I come down and get all this life here. it would be quicker to get these two and then just start picking the life up. But then I've still got to go all the way up here anyway. And then if I want this dual socket, I've still got to take that extra one. So it doesn't save me any points. But it might be worth it just because it's a dex node instead of a strength node. And it will get me to the life quicker, which is what I'm struggling with. So I might do that. What's that? Movement speed and life regeneration. Not really fussed.
How long does it take you on average to max out a character?
I don't really ever max one out. I've never got a level 100 character. Most of the time I stop around like tier 8-ish maps.
Okay.
There's 15, technically 16 tiers of maps. I never really push them very high because you start to get to the point where either you one-shot everything or everything one-shots you, and I run out of steam. You know when like to level up it requires you like 10 hours of solid concentration, and one slip up costs you 2 more hours. It's like, oh.
Yeah. It's all about the entertainment value, really.
Yeah, and this is the bit that I love the most. I love planning a character and I love figuring out the problems. Have I got time to do the harvest? I really don't have time to do the harvest. So basically, I'm at the end of Act 4 now. Act 4 used to be the last act, so the last thing that happens in Act 4 is you have to kill 3 bosses to steal Malachi's organs back from them. I don't know why you have to do that. And then you have to give Malachi his organs back, and then you have to kill him.
Because he was evil all along.
You know he's evil. He's in that eyeball-infested bloodscape.
Right, okay. The eyeball realm.
Yeah, so...
The seeing fields.
So... I think it's time to end this episode.
Yeah, I think that's reasonable. 3.5 hours isn't bad.
Yeah, so thank you everyone for joining us today, and hopefully we'll see you again soon.
Yeah, enjoy your lives.